Yo! Come on, come all. Nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. Bringing you guys and girls, chapter 1061 of One Piece. Today we're also going to be doing, after I read through the chapter, doing the live discussion tonight. Just to make things easier this week. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little tired this week. So, the more I get done today, the better for my health. That being said, yo, good to see the chat is already live. Good to see you, Sajo. Yeah, okay, so One Piece chapter 1061. We've got the front cover here, Egghead, the island of the future. I'm pretty sure there was a place called Egghead Port. Like, not last chapter, the chapter before, I think. I feel like we were going to an Egghead Port. Well, someone was. Who was going to Egghead Port? I didn't get any spoilers for this chapter. What about you? I have avoided spoilers. I've seen, like, I haven't seen context for it, but I've seen, like, flashes of images on Twitter and that as I scroll past, and I go, nope, 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 not looking, not looking, not looking. So, I'm unscathed at this point. Ooh. Unscathed at this point. Sorry, if I sound tired, I've just made myself a nice fresh coffee, but it's too hot to drink yet, and I'm absolutely just running on like 10% energy right now. Germa 66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 19. Time to escape. Niji and Yonji are free. Well, okay, they're all free. It's a little weird to see that Niji or Yonji didn't take any damage. Like, I don't know why. The fact that, like, they were getting off-screened, like, in like a few panels in this cover series, I thought for sure they were going to, like, have a few dings and bangs and whatnot. I mean, if Sanji was able to rearrange their head, I would have thought Katakuri would have been able to, like, with one good hit, do some serious damage to some of them. What we wanted very badly, but what we didn't expect. Any guess? I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess, Sage. I'm gonna read, because I'm sure whatever I guess is gonna be just wrong. All right. What we wanted very badly, but didn't expect. It's gonna be something left field. Ooh. Okay. What is this? Okay. What? That doesn't even feel like the beginning of the chapter. What the hell? Who's that? Hurtling through the air. She just popped out of the water. Okay, so Luffy's got his, firm grip on Bonnie. I'm sorry, I can't get over what... I love Oda, but at the moment he's not doing a lot of, he avoids like a proper 2-page spread. He'll make one panel like 2/3 of the screen, and then he'll like do a little comic strip down the side, right? And it's not bad, but like I can't take my eyes off. Ooh, hang on, I've got a cable wrapped around me here. I can't take my eyes off this damn megalodon-looking mofo on the left here, and it looks good. What's the context of this? Huh? Cough. Pant, pant. I'm saved. Who's there? Wait, where did that monster go? Okay, so Bonnie's been running from the shark. Alright. It's still below us. Look down. Good, she seems safe, but just how far is Luffy going to keep flying? I think that runt's trying to say something. She said look down? Huh? Yeah, that is a huge... Oh my god, that's not even a shark. How the shit do we have a character called Megalo, who's a literal megalodon, and it's still smaller than this shark? Like, I'm glad we've got a giant shark, but yo, at the same point in time, I feel like people are just getting robbed of titles here. There's something scary beneath us. Let's scram before it surfaces. No, I miss art like this from Oda. I feel like I haven't seen this since like God, it's been actually a while since I've seen like a sketchy looking thing. I want to say the numbers, or maybe in like Punk Hazard in the Frozen section and that, we get this sort of artwork. Volume of my headphones are going low. Ooh. Charge up when you can, or are you at work? Ooh. Don't worry. You can always come back, Sage. There is always replayability. Oh, this thing does not. What? What in the cheap ass optical illusion? Okay, I like this first panel of this shark way better than this. It reminds me of, the shark from the Davy Back fight. I swear, wasn't there a shark in the Davy Back fight, or am I like racially profiling a fishman? I swear, it looks like the shark from back then. Unk. A shark with the tattoo Unk. What the hell is this thing? A shark? No. It's too damn big and it's made of metal. Hold on tight. It's going to be a rough landing. Okay, it's made of metal. Okay. Not good, Luffy and the others. Oh, not good. Luffy and the others fell in the sleet. Frankie, take the helm. Steer the ship over to us. You got it. Here! Keel attachment. Wrap the... Oh, that is a bad joke there. I feel like that is a bad pun. For like that is a multi-layered bad pun. Right? Keel attachment, clank, rabbit screw propeller. It's funny because it's like, you know, it's a rabbit propeller, so it'll help move them really fast, but you know, rabbits do a lot of propelling. Yeah, propelling. And after all, the fans out there were like, oh no, Karen's gonna be in the barrel. This is actually funny. This is a middle finger from Oda to like half the fan base. Kuma, good to see you, my dude. This shark reminds me of Dune Buggy, if anyone's ever seen that series. Okay, so it's a robot, so it shoots missiles. So what? It's like a submarine. Is that it? Shoots 2 missiles at the Merry. It's not the Merry, the Sunny. Poor Sunny. Kia! What was that? Oh. Okay, I just got yeeted down to the end. I'm trying not to look at the screen. I'm back at the beginning? Okay, I can scroll down now. Where was I? Okay, here. Sunny got blown. Oh, poor Sunny. Poor little Sunny. Looks so miserable there. Oh crap, we're capsizing. Oh crap, we're capsizing. Robin Chuan, Nami-san. Is this going to be another one of those, that's got to be a carrot reference. Because she was there, because she swam a couple times, right? Yeah. 100%. Yeah, sorry. I love the idea of like we're capsizing because I feel like it's just gonna be Jinbei going free the whales, calling in whale support, please. Luffy, Chopper, don't worry, I'm here. Okay, and he's also picking up Bonnie, who looks like she's gone to. Oh no, she's still a kid there. It's hard. It's like she looks full grown, but at the same point in time, like looking at her there, she's the same size as Luffy. But her hands aren't coming out of her sleeves, so it's just maybe her jacket. That noise, it sounded like an explosion. Hang on, you three, we're heading up. Yo, the shark looks like a unicorn version or a narwhal version of Onigashima in this panel. I like it, but it's odd. Huh? Oh my, what a tremendous current. Steering a ship into... Oh, steering is... I am too tired. Can I have a sip of this coffee yet? I only dribbled a little bit. Oh, I only dribbled a little bit on a white shirt. Doesn't matter. I needed that coffee. It was needed. It was necessary. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to talk properly. Hang on, you three. We're heading up. Oh my, what a tremendous current. Steering a ship in this is next to impossible. And it looks onto Jinbei, and Jinbei looks like he goes cross-eyed. A cannon? Everybody hold your breath. We're going to dive. Oh, I didn't even realize he's holding on to 3 Devil Fruit users. Yo, Jinbei's utility on the crew. Jinbei stocks are going up right now. Honestly, it's... Yo, 2/3 of the reason Jinbei's on the crew to save drowning Devil Fruit users. The other third to sometimes be the helmsman. No, big explosion. Oh no, the sun is under! Okay, well, this thing's surely going to be a submarine then. It's going to, like, eat them and, like, in its mouth is going to be a dock. Like, going back to, like, Laboon sort of stuff here. The waves are too strong. We can't get back up. I fucking spoke too soon. What is this? Oh, wait! Wait. Wait a minute. Vega Force 1. Oh, Sage. You were dangling the carrot in front of me, weren't you? Surely this has something to do with Vegapunk. The shark has Punk written on its side. Right? You can see it in the top panel here. It's like Punk 03, right? And it's getting attacked by Vega Force 12, right? And then Oda tries to do something slick, right? You see the kapow in the you see the kapow there in the like actual Japanese, and the last prefix of the sound makes a fake P over the unk. Right? So it's like a sound effect, but it's also spelling punk. Don't go that far. Okay, okay. Alright. I'm just gonna read. There's not many... Okay. Okay, no. Did Frankie make this? Is this a Frankie thing? Is Frankie not drowning right here? No, this isn't Frankie. If this is Frankie, I'm actually going to be impressed. This shark just gets left hooked. Blows up. Okay, the legs are like Frankie. I'm not going to lie. Like, even with the inbuilt calf. And what do we see here? Zoro, Brook, Nami, Sanji, and Usopp drowning. Ooh! Wait! It's Tashigi. Sage, if this isn't Vegapunk or Vegapunk related, I'm honestly going to be shook. Because I literally go from seeing Punk written and Vega Force, right? Put those two names together, Vegapunk, right? And then we cut to Tashigi and the kids from Punk Hazard. Oh, I swear, if I get Vegapunk this chapter, I'm going to be happy. A nearby island, G14 Naval Base. Ooh, Grand Line number 14. This is a different sort of building setup. Be good, boys and girls, now. It's medicine time. Navy HQ Captain Tashigi. I'm only drinking this because Tashigi-san said so. It's yuck. Blech. We've all shrunk quite a lot, haven't we? Absolutely. I hardly recognize you, Mocha. Toshigi, have you got a sec? Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Now I kind of wish I didn't stain my shirt with coffee. Ooh, I got someone to impress. Who is this? It's that pest Helmeppo. Can't you do something about him? G14 Commander, Vice Admiral Dole. And a doll she is. Look at her. Is that her up there? With the midriff? The tight leather jeans and the tats? The choker, the hoops, the black lipstick? What's this? Wait. What am I reading? Okay, I'm going to come back to the chat. I just, like, out the corner of my eye, I saw there was, like, well, I say 100, not 100, but there was so many messages and I just glossed over that. You know I can't. His best friend's life is on the line. Ooh, are we getting a Marine chapter? Yes. His best friend's life is on the line. I'm worried about... Wait. Navy HQ Captain Toshigi. She's a captain now? Wait, she was a captain at... Yeah, she was a captain at Punk Hazard. Yeah. You know I can't. His best friend's life is on the line. And I'm worried about Captain Kobe too. He's our junior as a Marine after all. Oh, okay. What do we have here? Please, you have to listen. I'm begging you. We're all on the same side, right? Navy HQ, Lieutenant Commander, Sword. Ooh! Are we getting sword reveals? What? Please, you have to listen. I'm begging you. We're all on the same side, right? Navy HQ, Lieutenant Commander, Sword Helmeppo. Navy HQ, Commander, Sword Hibari. I second this, you hear? Io Kobe Senpai. So is this the peanut gallery for Kobe? Kobe's first and second mate? Kobe's Zoro and Sanji? You have to come with us to Pirate Island, Prince. Wait, you have to come with us to Pirate Island, Prince. Please, Prince, we need you. Pirate Island, the Emperor Blackbeard's home turf? We'll be swarmed by pirates if we stick our noses into that beehive. That's why it's called Hajinosu. Navy HQ Rear Admiral Saw. Prince Gruss. Wait, have we seen this guy before? Is this that... okay, I don't want to say dumbass because he's a Rear Admiral, right? And Navy HQ Rear Admiral at that. Is this the dumbass that was in the Capone cover story? That people were saying was like the Dofi Seraphim at one point? Big ass hat dude. Yeah, it is. Because you see over the shoulder boulder holder in the corner there. The dude with the big shoulder pads. And the dopey ass look on his face. People were saying were like the knockoff Dofi and Kuma. Egghead's so close to us. Why can't we deploy a Seraphim? Y'all gonna go after Blackbeard with the Seraphim? Are you crazy? Both of you calm down. At the moment, we can't get a hold of Drake either. Yo, please. Is Drake alive? Alright? Is Drake alive? Right? Please. Please. At the moment, we can't get a hold of Drake either. We're in no position to act right now. Is that clear? What is with the babes this week? Topless Bonnie, bloody hell. Luffy's group. How can you not know who I am? I'm part of the what? Oh, no. Oh, she's getting treated like a token. I'm part of the worst generation just like you. We were both at Sabbaty 2 years ago. Oh, you're a part of it too? Don't forget we're enemies. And the name's Bonnie. Still, thanks for saving my bacon back there. Bonnie, you've been talking shit for 10 years real world time now. Being like, these guys seem pretty cool. These guys took down Go Flamingo. Those guys seem pretty nice. You've You've been low-key hyping up the Straw Hats as much as Kobe these days. Still, thanks for saving my bacon back there. Don't sweat it, Bogey. She's got a cutesy nickname from Luffy. That means you know she's going to be an ally for a minute. It's so cold. Are you seriously an emperor? Yeah, she just outright... she... I love the lack of shits given by her here. She's just out there topless, flapping in the wind. What's the deal with your wanted poster anyway? I thought your hair was white now. They made quite a stir about it in the papers, you know. Oh, that's just how I look when I'm totally free. Yo, and he's busted out the big arms like Gear 5th. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, aren't you worried about the rest of your crew? They'll figure it out. She. Oh, God, I just accidentally undid a button then. Ooh. Button up my shirt before I go topless on the stream. I might get banned for that. Anyway, aren't you worried about the rest of your crew? They'll figure it out. She. I can't believe you've got the Knight of the Sea with you too. Since we're on the subject, what happened to your ship and crew? I came alone, she says as she plays with herself. The metal monster back there gobbled up my ship. That reminds me, I'm starving. Let's go find a restaurant. I'm hungry too. Do you have any money on you, Luffy? You boneheads don't have a clue, do you? You're not going to find any food joints here. This is a government island. Do I have to spell out everything for you? Oh, okay. So we are on Egghead Island. Yo, that is an odd-looking island. Like, I know it's supposed to be an egg, but that also looks like a mushroom or like a tree dipping on the side. We're on Egghead, the island that's said to be 500 years in the future. Y'all act like I was so dumb for not picking it up, and then I pick it up, and then you treat me like, nah, you're crazy. I'm talking to you, Sage. Dr. Vegapunk research lab is basic. Sometimes you people are unfair to me. Treating me mean. Vegapunk, I know that name. Vegapunk's the reason why... Wait. Wasn't... Oh, God. I'm having to bust out the thinking gap here. Frankie went there. It was in the Enel cover story. Baltigo or Baltimore? Baltigo. Wasn't that the future island? Where Vegapunk was born? Vegapunk, I know that name. Vegapunk's the reason I'm here. We've got business. Ooh, and the Iron Giant saved the Sunny. And Yo, look at the lads. Yo, yes! Even Garibo! Look at him down there! Shit-eating grin, drowned out. Huh? This won't do it all. It's another failure, I wonder why, though. Perhaps overriding primal desires is simply impossible. Somebody's coming out. Old-time speech. How utterly vexing! Yeah, why does this chick... She's given me, steampunk, koala vibes. Thanks for saving us. Whoever are you? I ordered the mecha shark to scout, report, and fire. But if it keeps trying to eat ships, there won't be anything left to salvage. I must have bungled the programming up. Forgive me, but did you just say I saved you? Oh, you naive pirates. I work for the government, despite my mediocrity. They like to call me their... What?! They like to call me their scientific genius. You can call me Vegapunk, Dr. Vegapunk. chat. What have you guys been messaging? Am I crazy? Was Vegapunk not meant to be like a dude? Like, I swear, word for word, I've heard Kobe be like, Dr. Vegapunk, he's the smartest man. They say he's 500 years smarter than everyone else. I swear I've heard Kuma say, Dr. Vegapunk, he's making the alterations to me. Like, I swear the he pronouns there have been consistent. Although I can see on a titty there that it says Punk 2. So, is he talking through the headset she's got on? And this is like an android body? A clone? Duplicate? Younger self? Daughter? Partner? Assistant? Vegapunk Seraphim? He's just got an army of him. If anyone out here has ever watched Adventure Time, doing the whole Finn's mother. What's chat saying? The chapter we didn't expect. 100% it's got to be Vegapunk. Wait till the end. Wait till the chapter ends, Kuma. I bet you that Egg Island is a reference to Eggman. Yo, that makes a lot of sense. Or something along those lines. I didn't read the chapter yet either. Sorry, Sage. Oh, did I mess up with something? I'll just read along quietly then. Not gonna lie, Helmopo looks pretty nice with that hat. Yo, where's Helmopo's hat? Yeah, that hat suits him. I still can't wait for Helmopo to become a captain like his old man. For sure. Does he wear some kind of glasses though, or is that a visor? I think it's his visor, and I think that was only pre-time skip, wasn't it? Only cover page. Blackbeard would be like, Zia, Trema Trema no mi, clone of Boa destroyed. Bogey damn. That's worse than Cabbage for Cavendish. I feel like I'm missing something here. I can't say I'm convinced of Vegapunk. Like, bruh. She looks way too young. Yeah, dude! She... Maybe she stopped the aging, but, like... Vegapunk... Like, even... I swear even Queen and Judge refer to Vegapunk as a he. And they're always, like, trying to be like, oh, we're smarter than that dude. Right? And she's got to be old enough to hang out with Vegapunk, Caesar... Sorry, not Vegapunk. Vegapunk's got to be old enough to hang out with Caesar... Who is it? Caesar, Judge, and Queen. Caesar, Judge, and Queen has to be older than 22 years old. Or at this point, 24 years old because of Sanji and that. So he's got to be before Sanji, like... I don't know if I buy this yet. Oh, there's a break. I forgot about the break. Is she going to be the start of the Android saga of One Piece? Yeah, make Yamcha... yeah. Make Yamcha great again. I like that. Well, hang on. I'll see if... I'll see if Egg Soreki's going to hop onto stream. See if he's keen to stream. It's a number 2, so there has to be a number 1. Orochimaru, you thinking the same trick as me? Well, the shark had a 3 on it, so... And this thing's got a 12. It depends on how the naming schemes work. What else is that written on the shark? Okay, it's, on the side of the shark, it's got Vegapunk. So, Vegapunk, and the shark's listed as 03. This robot is number 12, but it's also Vega Force 1. Which, yo! like to point out, this thing punches this thing and blows it up, right? That means the world government has, like, the Vega Force as well. And the bullshit implications that go along with that. Look at this thing, it's huge. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I'm sore and tired and grumpy. Alright. I swear if... Oh, wait. I swear if Oda pulls a Dr. Hero look on us with Dr. Vegapunk, yo. And why does she look so clean? Oda woke up today and chose violence with his female characters. Like, hang on. You got Bonnie looking like a babe. The return of Tashigi's. There are Tashigi stands out there, alright? Vice Admiral Dole looking like the doll she is, right? If you're into that kind of thing, you got Hibari. I mean, apparently that seems to be Kobe's type. Bonnie and Vegapunk. Yo, Oda woke up this week and chose violence via women. Hang on, I'm gonna look up. After seeing this chapter, I don't think there are only 3 top tier weapons. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd argue there's a heap of stuff coming along, science-wise. Like, the Marines are getting some crazy buffs. But hang on a second. I've got to look up, Beige's Oh My Family. Beige. Oh My Family. Images. Where is it? Where is it? Ooh. It's before 782. I swear those are the guys, aren't they? Here we go. Chapter 969. We get the introduction of Navy HQ Rear Admiral Prince Gruss, who literally one-shots Gotti with a big old kick to the big old frilled neck. If you're talking about buff, then Smoker deserves it. Because Avoid Century people needed to travel around too, right? Bruh, Smoker needs some big dubs. Yo, oh, yeah, we see Tashigi, but we don't see Smoker. It's really interesting that this Vice Admiral here is introduced as the base commander of G14. And seemingly on the same island, we've got Helmeppo in that. And we've got the closest, highest leader of Sword being Rear Admiral Prince Gruss. Which, X-Drake was a Rear Admiral pre-time skip, so assuming he's a Rear Admiral still in rank, or even potentially a Vice Admiral at this point, he'd be the highest ranking in these situations. But the 3 of these are all Sword. Tashigi isn't Sword. And Vice Admiral Dole isn't Sword. But also, Tashigi is Navy HQ Captain. Whereas this girl is G14 Commander Vice Admiral. And then they specify the 3 of these new people down here being all Navy HQ. Because remember, there was that thing a while ago where they're like, Navy HQ people are like 3 ranks stronger than what they would be considered in the blues. Oh, hang on. let's see if I can get this live going. Yo, Eggs, you there? Oh, hello. I see you're in the Discord. Hello? Alright, I'll give him a minute. He seems like the most likely candidate, relatively strong, and he only needs to bring Drake back, so fighting isn't a necessity. Yeah, true. And a rear admiral's nothing to scoff at. Like, it's not strong, but it ain't weak. Like, Hina is a rear admiral. Oh snap, we popping into chat? Hey, if you wanna get into chat, you can hop into chat, Kuma. It is discussion time. $969. Yeah, this is definitely the guy. Wait, where's 968? Yeah, okay. So 968, 967, we see these dudes capturing Lola and whatnot. Yeah, it's definitely these dudes. Yo, we got introduced to an off-screen rear admiral. That was actually pretty dope. So we've got a full squad of sword here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Kobe, 9 with Drake. So we've got confirmed 9 members of sword at this point. That ain't bad. But it is very niche still, considering we're being told that these people are a rival organization to CP0. And, like, no offense, right? I'm barely looking at Prince Gruss here and going, you're strong. Although, Vice Admiral Dole, I love to see the Vice Admirals getting a little extra love. How many... Hang on. One Piece Marines. I think that makes her the 24th canon Vice Admiral. Hang on a second. Let me find this out. Where are all the people? And she is not counted there. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3. So that makes 24 confirmed canon Vice Admirals so far, and 7 confirmed rear admirals at this point in the story. Plus the 7 Seraphim. I just spilled coffee on my desk. Alright. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta clean that coffee up because it's all over my mouse. Hang on. I will be back. Sometimes I genuinely confuse myself with how stupid I can be about doing things. Spilling coffee right on my keyboard and desk. It's a decent mess up. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm back. And I'm awake. And that's what's important. And surely I'm gonna have a sticky desk for days. Alright, I've got Eggs in the Discord, but I'm not hearing his audio at the moment. second. And I got Kuma in here too. Kuma, can you hear me, or am I just ghosting myself? I'm doing technical difficulties here with eggs for brekkie. Hello? I'm starting to think this is just me. Hang on. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Oh, perfect. I think maybe he's... Yep, okay, there we go. Alright, now I'll do the perfect job of unmuting you guys. Yo, hello everybody.
No, I don't hear eggs for brekkie either. I don't think it's just you.
I heard his last thing that he said then.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear him.
Hello?
Daniel, I can hear you.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Kuma, can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear him just fine.
Alright, perfect. Yo, hello everybody. How is everyone?
I'm glad you guys are awake. It's about 2 a.m. on my side.
Oh, it's a beautiful 7-11 here. You know it's good when it's a server number.
Oh, jeez. So 1061 before the break, eh?
I think this is going to be a short but sweet arc. And if Vegapunk is coming into the fold, whether or not this is Vegapunk at the end or not, I instantly flash back to all the times Oda said Devil Fruits will be explained in full when Vegapunk is introduced.
It's so, I don't know, it's also harboring on more so the fact that devil fruits are a man-made creation then. It's not something that kind of just blossomed out of nowhere.
Or at least... I don't know, it may be one of those awkward things where, like, you know how Vegapunk said they've, like, failed to recreate Devil Fruits? Notice how at the beginning of this chapter, with the shark, near the end of the chapter actually, sorry, she's like, oh, I failed to program out its biology.
Yeah.
That maybe it's impossible. Also, the shark having the number 3 on it, and how Judge, wasn't able to deprogram Saji's emotions. I think that's a little, maybe a potential thematical link there. But by saying, like, perhaps overriding primal desire is simply impossible, and the fact that Vegapunk also, in their mind, failed to recreate Devil Fruits says to me that maybe, despite it all, Devil Fruits may actually be a naturally occurring thing to some capacity.
But you should also consider that maybe Vegapunk's also got like random data storage on like the Void Century and their technology as well. So maybe her quote unquote gosh, I'm getting so mixed up now because I want to call Vegapunk a girl because of how she was quote unquote introduced. But I still have like this image of an old grizzly Eggman in my head.
I'm gonna pull up old dialogue here because I swear they've specifically referred to Vegapunk as a man repeatedly.
Yeah, an old man. Yeah.
Like, I swear I've heard the literal word for word verbatim, old man Vegapunk.
Like, I think so it's like times. pretty definite that this is not.
Oh God, Sage OP, please don't pull the tinfoil hat theory for that one down.
What do you think about my old Vegapunk theory? Vegapunk being Luffy's mother. I mean, she looking young for a mother. I'm just saying. Dragon, you got no wonder Dragon's on the run.
Oh God.
He been committing war crimes for 20 years, has he? Okay. I'm bringing up a thing here. The person developing the projects in the government's genius scholar, Dr. Vegapunk. He's the most brilliant man in the world. It is said that his scientific ability is already 500 years ahead of our time.
So basically, Oda's given us a big debate.
I would love to see this back in the OG, like the old chapters and this chapter in the OG Japanese, like katakana or kanji, because if it's a non-gendered term, that could explain it, and it's just like a translation thing over time. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because it'd be pretty hard to say, like every time Vegapunk's brought up, be like, they are the most brilliant person in the world. Like, I feel like saying the most brilliant man, that's a hard, like, that's a hard, like, from an English standpoint, that's, like, a very hard, like, you can't not, like, if your sentence structured that way, there's no way to, like, put a different pronoun into that that's not, like, correct. Whereas in Japanese, it's a bit more fluid with it.
Although, I also want to point out, though, like, I know you pointed out the Punk 02, but I also want to mention that she also has some sort of, like, headset with an antenna on it.
Yeah, I thought maybe, like, this might be Vegapunk talking
through her or
yeah.
something like that?
Because this could be, like, a drone. Or an assistant. I said, like, a drone or assistant or something, you know what I mean?
Because usually, I'm just saying, like, for typical lab coats, you usually have the acronym and then the name. I'm pretty sure it's called acronym. So you'd have Dr. something. But no, now it's just Punk 02. So...
Well, I mean...
I won't believe it unless Oda actually presents to it that this is actually Dr. Vegapunk.
I mean...
If she is Dr. Vegapunk, I'm all up for it. But if not, I mean...
Also, look at her legs. Like, what's this black, like stuff she connects into?
Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't actually have legs. It's just like those prongs for like a headset that you plug into.
Oh my god! I swear, if Vegapunk is the person that Oda's been like holding out to have like a missing leg, like redoing the Zeph thing. I don't know.
I honestly don't know how to feel about this chapter, really.
I love it. It does tremendous things for women in One Piece, I reckon. Like, just in terms of introduction, like, cool women in that. But it's like, I'm a little bit like... It feels like a fake out.
Exactly. Like, again, if it was hinted that Dr. Vegapunk was a girl from, like, the earlier beginnings, sure. By all means, I wanted to see an old, like, lady with, like, an amazing, like, gigantic brain. Or this is just a little too unexpected.
Or is this going to be like Vegapunk's daughter? So it's like Vegapunk Jr. And Vegapunk's the last name. Like Monkey D.
Yeah, is Vegapunk just... Well, is Vegapunk like 00? Because that's how you usually start with stuff, right? Like the zero product, and you go to 01, 02.
True.
So if we're going by that logic, so there's probably somebody above her.
Well, okay.
You get to Vegapunk.
Again, though, that's something different as well, because she's Punk 02. The shark was Vegapunk. Like, it literally says Vegapunk 03, right? But then the giant mech is Vega Force 12. So does it go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Or is it the naming scheme 1, 2, whatever is like that project? So like hearing me out here, like the shark, right? Seems like it's something new that's being worked on. But you've got the shark that's number 3 and the robot that's number 12. So like if the shark's only just beginning to be worked on and programmed, wouldn't that be later than number 12?
Well, the Vega Force is Vega Force 1, and then for some reason it has a 12 on its shoulder as well.
Oh, does it have a 1 on it as well?
Yeah, earlier on in the chapter you see it when it's underwater about to punch the shark. It says Vega Force 1.
Okay, so it's... Okay, maybe it's Project number 12, but Vega Force 1.
Well, I mean, it could just be that, like, they made, like, a series of mechs that were in that design, and this is the first mech. Or maybe they've only designed one mech so far. So Vega Force is a different line, so it has different numbers. Whereas the shark, you know, maybe there's like an octopus one, it's number 2, and then like
because you can't quite read it, but like on that one where you see the Vega Force 1 on the chest plate of that one, which is when the robot first shows up, right? I think I can make it out that it says Vega Punk on the shark and then number 3, right? But you don't get to see a good clear image of the like first word before punk. Yeah. So it could be Vegapunk 03, or it could be like you know,
Sea punk.
sea punk or force punk, like just different naming schemes and that. I also love how this giant mech kind of looks like Frankie in the Bad Timeline.
Yeah, I thought it was Frankie for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, Frankie's got an underwater variant.
I was reading it and I was like, what the Frankie's got a giant another mech? And then I saw the Vega on it and I was like, I'm so confused. Like, did he like take this design from like Vegapunk's lab or what? Like, I was just like looking at it, just like, what the shit? You know what I mean?
I'm also a little curious because the shark seems to also have like a little bit of a mind of its own. Like it looks at the ship like, you know, it's really tasty, and then suddenly when it turns toward the robot, it goes like, "Oh dang, I'm in trouble."
Mm.
So
Yeah,
it's not
it
a completely
seems.
like it's not just a typical drone. It looks like it also has at
Sentience.
least some capable of short emotion spans.
I mean, that would go along with when she was saying like, "Oh, I can't program out its sentience or whatever, its primal instincts." I mean, if it's
Hmm.
purely a
Wait!
robot from the start, why would it have a primal?
Wait, hold the F up. Does that mean the Seraphim are gonna have like their personalities involved too?
Yeah, most likely.
Because they can't be what? So we're gonna have a clone of Mihawk that's younger, that's gonna actively want to be the world's greatest swordsman. And pretty sure, according to Kobe, the Seraphim are on this island anyway, with the Straw Hats.
Hmm.
So like we just walked in on like a squad. Like we've just raided an island with not just Vegapunk, the smartest person, which we like any tech that we've seen in the series, like the Vinsmokes, Queen, Frankie, the Seraphim. Like we could have anything in any of those tiers of level show up here for conflict, right? Is pretty sure Sentomaru is Vegapunk's guard as well, so Sentomaru is probably on the island, right?
Does that also hint towards a Kizaru intervention as well?
I mean, potentially Kizaru intervention, or if not, Vice Admiral Dole intervention, since they're like the next closest marine base, which also has Toshigi and Sword.
Also, I'm sorry, just to revamp my memory a little bit. Have we ever met this Navy HQ
Nope.
Commander Hibari before?
Nope. No.
Okay,
She's new.
okay.
She's officially the 24th canon Vice Admiral. Alright.
Okay.
What's Sage saying here? As a group, Seraphim in one group. There are Luffy, Junpei. Oh, it's okay. The crew's separated into two groups. So you got Luffy, Junpei, Bonnie, Chopper, and as long as Bonnie knows Vegapunk, probably Junpei too, because he was a warlord. Ooh, that's a good point.
Too common.
Zoro and Sanji can beat them, but not others. As long as we're talking about the group, yep. Vegapunk might talk about devil fruits, but I figure some of the most relevant things to talk about would include Kuma's motives because of Bonnie being there. I would say yes, but in like again, based on the sentience thing, that means Kuma's still got like his basic urges or will present, which I mean, like you know how we're all like Vegapunk's gonna be a good person because he let Kuma keep his memories and his like final task to look after the Sunny. Is that the case, or is it just Kuma was like, I'm gonna do this?
I mean, again, it all really just depends on how Kuma and Dr. Vegapunk made the deal. Like, did Kuma basically have to submit everything in that one go to get what he wanted, or did Vegapunk allow some leeway?
Yo,
Which we just don't know if it was out of a moral obligation from Dr. Vegapunk, or if it was just a means to an end. I get what I want, and Kuma can just go do whatever he needs because it doesn't directly interfere with my work.
I'm calling this right bloody now. This is going to be the arc where we get a pervert simp gag from Frankie.
Oh God.
Frankie for once is gonna throff Vegapunk. He was already like giant robots. dude, everything she makes, he's gonna be, his nipple lights are gonna be turning on and off. He's gonna be following her around, you know, like, as like his little tractor self, just like, hoo, hoo, hoo. I love it here. And
Is Robin gonna get jealous?
and he's been to her hometown and where she was born. He blew up her lab.
Yeah, I might want to leave that detail out there.
I mean, we'll see. Frankie ain't always the brightest tool in the shed.
It's pretty funny as well how their ship is like has the big number 1 on the side of it. It's like Frankie's like literally just taken from whole numbering everything.
Well, I mean, look at the Battle Frankies.
Hey, this is my creation.
The Battle Frankies. So like they're probably going to get along. They're either going to get along really well or they're going to get along tremendously terrible because they're always going to be competing. It's either going to be like, oh my god, you're amazing. Yes, look at your invention. Look at my invention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or it's going to be, bitch, you're the inferior model.
That would be probably like just having a inventor's war would be the ultimate way to buff Frankie's arsenal. I
mean, Frankie still was supposedly going to be tampering with the raid suit, and Sanji was gonna save a copy of Queen's like repeating light laser, which we even saw Frankie using in Film Z, right? And it hasn't made its way into the main story yet, so I hope it's coming.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Alright, chat saying Zoro, Usopp, and Frankie are probably the ones that have interacted with Jinbei the least, so it would be nice for them to have time with Jinbei as well. More on his interactions later, I guess. If Jinbei was with Zoro's group, then his reaction, you are not the old man with big head calling yourself Dr. Vegapunk. Good point. Punko 2 at the end might really just be a robot Vegapunk is speaking through with a speaker. It would be a funny fake out, especially if Sanji meets her and falls for her and she just like Phantom Menace power downs. Like that, would that not freak Sanji out? I've got to look at Vegapunk in the manga. What's Vegapunk? Because, like, I know we've never gotten a clear image of them. So there's an image here of them front on with very clearly no chest at all. Right? Just wearing sort of stripy outfit, and that was their first interaction. But we know that they change over time, design-wise. Then we've got this one where people thought it was like the big head.
Mm-hmm.
With Caesar. Mind you, the one telling Caesar,
the one who canceled Caesar's program, it was also like just another television like display, right? So
well, a lot of people thought it was a person with like, you know, glasses and a dumb sort of mouth, beaky looking thing. But it could just be like a really just like obscure shadow that like doesn't actually indicate what they look like at all. Like it could be a seat from a bad angle for all we know. You know what I mean?
A seat for a bad ending.
No, like a bad angle on like a seat from behind. So it's like almost like see her chair here, how it's got the tubes coming off.
Okay.
It literally could be just like something like that, where it's like a seat with tubes coming off from behind in silhouette.
Oh, I see. Also, sorry, on a complete side note, I also want to mention that Egghead, it kind of looks like it has a ring around it.
Yeah, the broken halo sort of look.
So it's like a planet.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, while I was looking at this, it looks like I understand why it's like it's Egghead, huh? It's a broken egg, and it's like a play on like, you know, smart people Egghead sort of thing, right? But I don't know why this was like reminding me of like potentially being the Atom Tree, but like tilted on its side.
Oh, okay. Maybe it could also be a huge botanist field too, because I know we can't see it all that well, but if you look really, really closely, it looks like you can kind of
See
see a
plants up the top?
circle in the middle of the egg, and then like beneath it, you've got like little round things that could be trees.
Or, I mean, mind you, this could be an observatory.
Yo, what if Dr. Vegapunk's just spying on Enel when he was going to the moon?
Oh god, could you imagine? Could you imagine,
There's a
right?
raft.
You spend like a couple 100 million berries making this giant island-sized telescope to look at the moon, and you just see this Eminem looking dude taking a shit, just out in
And
no
his
man's
laggy
land.
earlobes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because of Sanji's switched eyebrow, I suppose Vegapunk could elaborate on his family with the raid suit tech, but otherwise it'd be confusing to me how that was out of nowhere. Oh, you just mentioned Sanji. Sanji is not having his love sickness. Could it be because it is not real human but a robot, and Oda is also showing Sanji's... Oh wait. At the end. Oh, okay, mind you, at the end, Sanji should be able to sense that it's a girl, but she's talking old-timey and really covered up. Maybe he just doesn't see that it's a girl. Also, I'd like to say Caribou's free, if anyone can see that.
Mm-hmm.
So, ooh. I could see Caribou going wild on this island stealing tech.
He's just
no.
gonna be that character where, like, for the rest of the series, he's always like on the ship, but he's not actually ever talks to anyone or is really a part of the crew. He just like He just gets on the ship somehow, and then as soon as they get to an island, he somehow gets off,
And then constantly gets dragged back on.
Yeah, and then gets dragged back on somehow. Never really properly mentioned. He's just always there.
Maybe really early.
Imagine the Straw Hats just setting up like a little caribou barrel that they just put on it like all of his like little snacks and stuff. Like, we know you're not a part of the crew, so you can't really eat with us, but we don't want you to starve either. So here you go.
This may be like a really random question so early out of left field. Do you reckon this giant 12, like the Vega Force robot, is stronger than the Frankie Shogun?
Oh gosh, here we go, power scaling. Let's do it.
Because like off cuff, Frankie Shogun is supposed to be like the size of Big Mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
This thing is towering. This thing's the Iron Giant.
I mean, yeah, this thing's for sure better than Frankie Shogun.
Yeah?
I think the point is Frankie's going to be like, I'm going to learn how to make this. And then
He's going to turn the Sunny into this. Could you imagine?
Oh man, could you?
Oh, yo, this is... Wait.
yeah, Vegapunk is OP.
Yo, no. Okay. Vegapunk is carrying some pretty hard stats right now. You know? Like...
At the start of this, the first thing that I saw when I saw the picture of the
Shark?
under the ship, I just thought, wow, and that's a sea creature, which means Shirahoshi can control that. That is OP as hell.
Yeah.
And then I realized it's a robot that Vegapunk
Dude,
just casually controls.
I shut myself a little bit because I like first page. I was like, this almost doesn't feel like the first page of a manga. And I even said actually, this panel, we get really rare panels like this. This reminds me of the frozen corpses in Punk Hazard, another Vegapunk related island. Do you guys remember those corpses? Ooh, Vegapunk is working on some gigantification. I can tell it.
I mean, at this point, you really have to wonder, like, why would he eat giants if he could just build giant robots like that?
Giant robot Seraphim?
Oh, God.
Going the full 9 yard? Yeah, so you got... this actually almost, like, in terms of shading, is actually identical to the corpses in Punk Hazard. Which, I almost forgot. He also Vegapunk also recreated actual dragons. I, like, almost always forget that. So, that's... Okay. we're obviously getting Vegapunk as a plotline for this arc, yeah?
Yes, very much so.
We're gonna get the devil fruits explained, because we've been promised that with Vegapunk. That's like first box to tick, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Kuma Bonnie stuff, another tick. I'm now really curious because it feels like Vegapunk is more into robotics. But then every time Vegapunk is involved with another person on a project, it has nothing to do with robotics.
Yeah, there's some biology mixed with his engineering.
Well,
We also have to also take into account that Vegapunk was the guy who was able to merge a devil fruit with a weapon like Funkfried.
true.
So that process is a completely like kind of left field topic, I guess, for a guy in robotics.
Wait, the children are here too. Imagine Navy captures one of the Straw Hats and all the children crying and saying they are not bad people. Caribou might take the opportunity to leak Poseidon and Pluton info, and they could have access to communications and set his contact forward into mode. Ooh, that would actually be crazy if the information that Caribou has about who Poseidon and where Pluton is actually gets linked to the world government.
Ooh.
That would be crazy. Because I mean, look, you've just seen two aquatic robots that Vegapunk made. It would not be that hard to go underneath Wano and steal Pluton. Like, genuinely speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the world government / Marines are getting really unnecessarily stacked at this point. Like, they were already good, but like, if they bring in more stuff like this, although I dare say stuff like this is just going to be like kept to this island, Egghead Island, right? But dude, could you imagine if they just sent around like fake Sea Kings with torpedoes to sink pirate ships?
That's a whole new kind of warfare.
Because like,
I'm just thinking though, because Vegapunk also tends to be rather independent as well. Like, I know he's quote unquote allied with the world government, but I don't think he's necessarily on their side. Like, it's more so kind of like just like a purely business relationship. The Navy probably funds a lot of his stuff, but Vegapunk probably has a lot of other non-government known projects going on behind the scenes. Like, who knows? Maybe he already does have an adult Seraphim, and he's only letting the world government test out the little children ones.
I don't know, because the dialogue here. Forgive me, but did you just say I saved you? Or you naive pirates? I work for the government. Despite mediocrity, they like to call me their scientific genius. You can call me Dr. Vegapunk. To me, that's implying that she's like fully aware to take them out.
Yeah, she's not on their side.
Like, she's an antagonist for now. She actually might be like the definition of like a saving grace for the Marines in terms of like emotional through line. Because we also know she like didn't put like she gave Caesar a few chances, but then also did not put up with this shit and was like more than happy to kick Caesar to the curb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, so Dr. Vegapunk doesn't really. If anything, it's probably just under his tutelage that Queen, Judge, and Caesar, like, they were just apprentices who were quote unquote leeching off of Dr. Vegapunk's already discoveries.
I mean,
And maybe when their egos got too big, Dr. Vegapunk was like, no, you don't know nothing.
I don't want to take Pluton. I want to make one. Revolutionary Army, new commander, Dr. Vegapunk. Chat, you're wildin'. I don't know. I feel like for years everyone was having so many theories about Vegapunk, and I feel like it's like Green Bull, where it's like Green Bull showed up and was immediately like prejudiced as anything. You know what I mean? I feel like it's the same thing here, where it's like Vegapunk shows up and is immediately like, yo, I work for the government, screw you guys. Like, we don't know the context in which they were a part of MADS prior, you know what I mean? Was it like that was the only way they could get funding for their research, and then when the world government shut it down, they were immediately like, "Oh, you're really smart. We'll fund you if you make it for us."
Yeah, I mean the underworld in One Piece is a topic that's really honestly underplayed. Like, I really wish that we kind of delved more into that world, just a little bit, just like all the black market dealings and everything.
Mm. Also,
Because you also have to think like devil fruits are sold on the black market, technology sold on the black market, smuggling, all those sorts of things. And yet, I don't know, we only get brief glimpses of it via like transponder snail screens.
I have a notoriously odd feeling because this island I think is actually really small here. I have a really odd feeling that most of this lab is actually going to be underwater. Like an impel down situation.
There is a cave.
Yeah, but
at the bottom over there.
so look, so
Where Luffy is.
yeah, I was gonna say, see if you look at that, if you look at the whole island where you can see like the egg shape and that, and you see that little cave. If you scroll up, you can see on the page before it that cave is actually a lot smaller looking when you get closer to the island. So it's like the perspective's a little warped, but it's a giant like port, which is where Luffy, Bonnie, Jinbei, and Chopper are. You know what I mean?
I also want to mention though, because behind Luffy and Jinbei, it looks like that there's those rods in the background. Maybe those things are for when ships line up or something, and then they get shoved down, kind of like an elevator. I
Well,
don't know if I'm just thinking too much of it.
I
It
don't.
might actually just be pipes, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's actually just like a piping, like
pipe.
like you know how on Onigashima, not Onigashima, on Wano, you had the port through the waterfall. It's like the same thing. I feel like you go in through that tunnel and there's a port inside, and then you can go up to the top of the egg or maybe down under the island a bit because having somewhere to release like giant sharks and like looking at how big that port area is, like you can already see the curvature of it. You know what I mean? So it looks like we're on one side and you can see the other side of that cave and it's not too big, right? So I would dare say that that cave is like at most the size of the Sunny, like a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like enough for the Sunny to go in. If you have a look at the shark is well and truly bigger than the Sunny. So it's like that thing had to be like released from somewhere, most likely straight into the water. So I reckon there's like an underwater like sub-nautic base. If that makes sense. Or maybe I'm just reaching and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, you know, Whitebeard and Miss Buchan playing hide the zucchini. You know what I mean? It's like sizes don't always matter.
Ah, jeebus.
I have to get those jokes in when I can. Queen and Judge are 56 and Caesar is 40. So I figured Caesar was more like the apprentice and the Queen and Judge were same age peers with Vegapunk. But maybe Vegapunk is much older than that. Okay. It'll completely depend on whether or not this girl is Vegapunk or not. Because this could be as simple as Vegapunk is a girl, was really old, transferred consciousness to a younger body. Like there's so many different ways to take this. Because obviously they've got the old-timey voice, right? Like, for all we know, this isn't the first time Vegapunk's done this as well, if that's a possibility. It's really going to have to be like a sit back, wait and see, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Alright, what are your guys' thoughts on Sword here? The introduction to Sword.
Yeah, I mean, Sword kind of got like a little overlapped by the ending of the chapter, but
I'm not gonna lie, the more I see of Sword, the less impressive it is.
the only reason that I agree with you for that is because Drake was the biggest forerunner for Sword back in Wano.
Yep.
And the fact that Drake had some major like just underperformances for someone of his stature and who he should have been, quote unquote, it just
But
didn't deliver, man. Like
I,
again, we're getting introduced to these other sword members, right? But like they just don't seem
well,
impressive at all.
I mean, this dude has the same rank that Drake did pre-time skip. So it's like at best he's
He's a 200 million man.
yeah, like at best he's like as strong as Drake, right? And that's assuming Drake wasn't like the first and foremost strongest with an ancient zone.
Yeah, if they make mention that Drake was like one of their stronger guys, that's just gonna plummet and anchor right now.
Okay. Just lining up. We've got the potential threats of Vegapunk like creations, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's also Sentimaru is oddly missing, although Sentimaru might now be in charge of Sabati permanently, maybe? Who knows? You know what I mean?
Same as well, yeah.
Like he
I
was
can imagine that. Like,
he was introduced as Vegapunk's bodyguard, but we also know in the time skip he actually like joined the Marines because he wasn't a
yeah,
member
that's
of the
true.
Marines pre-time skip.
Maybe just he's more so of a direct representative now, if anything.
But like, okay, you got the Vegapunk creations, you got potentially Sentimaru, right? Sword, the Seraphim, and a Vice Admiral, all within like a stone's throw distance of the Straw Hats right now. And obviously, like with Luffy being Luffy, none of them are really a threat to him, right? But they can still all probably like as a group pose threats to the rest of the crew. Like Vice Admiral Dole here, right? We know all Vice Admirals have armor and like they have haki, yeah.
Yep.
She could come in and be pretty OP, like a good clash, like a short-term clash or something for like Robin or Nami.
I don't know with how the Seraphim were introduced and what they did to Boa Hancock's Island. I can't imagine any of like the non-combat oriented Straw Hats getting much done.
Okay, okay, this is gonna sound dumb. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Vegapunk can clone people, meaning Vegapunk can create life.
Yes.
Has Vegapunk ever been in a situation to interact with a soul? Because between Brook being here, Vegapunk's messing with weapons and devil fruits, and Nami having Zeus,
Oh.
there could be a potential for a new idea here for Vegapunk if they're able to actually like create or extract what is essentially the soul and use something like that for their robots, making them sentient. And that could
Yeah, actually giving them like the hallmark of what constitutes a person.
actually be like a small little narrative thread here, like, oh, I can't program the shark to not be a shark, but I can make the shark sentient enough to be like, follow my orders. It's hard because the science in One Piece is like so. Where's the line? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, Daniel. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the whole sword at the moment?
Give us your knowledge.
I just think they don't really have any high ranks, right? It's just at best a vice admiral. But then again, like you're gonna throw together, you're gonna have like two admirals as a part of sword. They're not a part of sword, right? They're admirals. So the best you're really gonna have are vice admirals. I think like the best that I would have expected it to be like maybe one of the main ones, like Momonga. But I mean, who knows? Dole could be good.
Well,
As far as we know, Dole is the only vice admiral, right, in this group.
yeah, but Dole isn't even a sword member here. Like, specifically, everyone else gets a sword epithet but her. And
Yeah,
Tashigi.
true.
And Tashigi. Her and Tashigi aren't members. Which probably means
Yeah.
Smoker's not a member either. Whoa! Smoker! Smoker should be here, shouldn't he?
Yeah, but he's not.
He might be somewhere else.
They're not all. Yeah, they're not all just gonna hang out at the base all the time, right?
Well, Smoker and Tashigi are normally a bit of a partner thing, aren't they?
Exactly. Smoker wouldn't leave Tashigi behind
Yeah,
unless Smoker is directly involved with Sword. And since Tashigi didn't get the epithet, maybe she's being kept in the dark about it.
Or I would dare argue because Smoker and Tashigi brought the kids here, and here being where Vegapunk is, or close to where Vegapunk is, it's probably this Vice Admiral's jurisdiction. So maybe Smoker had to leave the kids in Tashigi's care and go back to G5, because now without Virgo he'll become the base commander.
I mean, I could totally see Smoker separating from Tashigi if Tashigi just wanted to stay back and take care of the kids.
Yeah.
And Smoker just goes, well, have
Which-
fun, I'm not babysitting, I'm gonna go beat up pirates.
Which could give her a lot of potential growth here, because in an unintentional way, she kind of gets her hand held by Smoker a lot. You know what I mean? Like, even in Alabaster, in Alabaster, she gets put in charge of the situation. Smoker dips, and she's like essentially like, I am useless in every situation here. All I can do is sort of semi-support the Straw Hats, and that's it. Then, throughout, like, Marineford, Smoker was saving her ass. Punk Hazard, she literally got, like, just joked on by Law. Smoker ended up...
She did a little decent against Monette for a bit.
I mean, yeah, she was going alright against Monet. Alright. She was still... Like, no offense to her, she was losing.
Yeah, 100%.
If Zora didn't interfere, she was pulling. She was waiting for the Rayleigh flashback to pull her out of death's door. You know.
Captain, no, she's not gonna beat a Eulogia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, that's the point though. She was doing pretty well. Like, I would say Monet would be worth at least like what Caribou is, like 200 mil, and that's supposed to be like the rear admiral's sort of range. So it's like it should be a really hard fight for her. Should it not?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean though, in that like we kind of thought that Sword would have a lot of the pacifistas and they would be like really powerful, and like Akinu was like leading them and sort of thing. Like if he ever wanted to take out a Yonko, he would take all of his Sword agents and go there with them, and lay siege to Kaido's island. But it's like kind of just like Sword's just sort of a side thing. Not really, because like they talked about the SSG for ages. But the SSG actually did turn out to be something pretty nice, like the Nephilim. Whereas Sword doesn't seem like much of a threat to anyone but like a start of the Grand Line crew.
Well,
which sucks.
The thing is though with Sword, right? We did get hyped by it, being told, like, just recently for the film Red hype. Like, Sword is a rival organization to CP0. And, like, CP0, although they're, like, all fodder, they've all been, like, high-tier fodder, if that makes sense. Like I say fodder, but it's, like, we haven't really gotten, like, a long, drawn-out fight from them, but they've all been, like, dangerous enough, you know what I mean? It's been enough to be like, yeah, they did well.
Yeah.
Whereas with Sword, it's like, if you exclude Drake, right, the best feats Kobe have is sensing a torpedo and catching a Haki arrow from a Kuja pirate, and this dude beating Gotti. Like, Prince Gruss, like, one-shotting Gotti. But it's like, it's Gotti. No offense to Capone, right? His crew is not, like, making the top 100 people I'm scared of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like...
Capone's just a strategist. He's not all for the going in brawl.
I feel like, based on this, Sword isn't actually a secret. Like, I feel like this Vice Admiral here talking about Helmeppo, but she's actively not a member of Sword, right? Says to me that there are, like, maybe some so, okay. Just talking from a hierarchical standpoint, right? You've got Vice Admirals that are base commanders, and then they've got subordinate Vice Admirals, and then seemingly based on this chapter, we've also got some Rear Admirals that are posted under those Vice Admirals, right? So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, there's a few Rear Admirals that are in Sword, because they hold those duties, whereas the Vice Admirals and Admirals all know about Sword, but they're not, like, specifically, like, tasked with being a part of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that way, it's like, you could bring people like Hina back in the fold as being, like, a member of Sword, but if they got, say, promoted, it's like, no, you're a Vice Admiral now, you've got, like, bigger duties. Sword is just sort of, like, you know, a less important, but still, like, we need to keep an eye on it, sort of, like, groundwork thing about trying to, like...
It's just that, like, the way that Sword sort of, like, came into our belief was that, like, Akinu took over the Navy, and then he changed the Marine Ford into the harder part of New World. And he, like, just started, like, basically starting this massive campaign, did the big recruitment draft, and it was supposed to be like, you know, now the Marines are stronger than they've ever been, and they're going to actively try to fight against the pirates now. And it seemed a bit more threatening, and then he created Sword. So to us, it was like, Sword must be his, like, Yonko killer. You know what I mean? Like, it must be his agency that he's putting together to, like, raid a Yonko at some point.
Or, like, a
Well,
civil
it
war
turned out
brewing
to just
against
be
him.
a bunch of Rear Admirals.
Well, not even Rear Admirals. It's 2 Rear Admirals and Helmeppo. Like, no...
Helmeppo's not that bad.
I mean, he was still getting one shot pre-time skip by Zoro.
Who wasn't getting one shot by Zoro pre-time skip?
Everyone post-time skip.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, look, I'm not saying that to downplay. I don't know if don't fact check me on that. Don't you dare hold me to my words. But, like, no offense to Helmeppo, right? But it's like, like, if I was to look at the Marines, right? You've got 4 Admiral-ish level people, 24 Vice Admiral people confirmed this chapter, another 7 on top of that. So, like, Helmeppo, even though he's a lieutenant commander and should be, like, right near the bottom, right? We got at least, like, 40 people named that should, like, be a no contest, like, dunk on Helmeppo. You know what I mean? Like, if you go down to, like, the 40th member of, like, a Yonko crew, it shouldn't, like, if you go down to the 40th member of a Yonko crew, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Helmeppo could beat them. But you go down to the 40th member of the, like, Marines, and it's like, Helmeppo, you're still going down, 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 down. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's killing a little bit of my hype here for Sword, because I don't know what Sword's meant to be.
Though.
That he does. I'm wondering, this Hibari chick, I'm wondering if she's a Kobe simp.
I mean, she got 2 hearts, right? So, I mean, that's already a logistics that she's probably head over heels. And she owes Kobe senpai.
I reckon that might be Kobe's end of series potential love interest.
100%. Just shove that in there out of nowhere.
But also, these people here, like the other Sword members with Prince Gruss, and I'm not going to get used to saying that ever, right? I think we've seen them before throughout the story. Because we saw Prince Gruss and the guy to his left and the girl to his right in the Capone cover series. Back at Dressrosa. So they were, like, they were patrolling Dressrosa.
Oh, hold on. I think Sage OP has a good point here.
No, Sword is not organized by Akainu because it's 72 years ago there was Drake and Akainu was only an admiral at that point in time. True, but being an admiral doesn't necessarily not mean that you don't have the potential to be in charge of it at the same time. Like, there's only one more rank above admiral. just because it was pretty.
And Goku moves.
Yeah. But you do have a good point, Sage. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it was like implemented by Akainu. It was implemented arguably by Sengoku, but like, no offense to Sengoku, he's a shady dude. It's not like he's done a. For everything he's done in the name of peace, he's done some sketchy shit.
Doesn't seem like he's the kind of dude who'd be like, I need to create a sword to fight against these guys.
If anything, like, looking at the people that are here, it could potentially have been like created by like Akiji or something, and then just adopted post time skip.
Aokiji did use the ice saber one time. That could have been the inspiration for sword.
Yeah, but at the same time, all the admirals have used swords. Like literally, every admiral we've seen to date uses a sword.
Oh, is that actually true? Dang.
Yeah, Akainu in his flashbacks carries a katana. Kizaru with his lightsaber. Aokiji with his sword. We got Green Bull walking around with a black blade on his hilt that he doesn't use. And Fujitora is like the OG blind swordsman.
Yeah, even Green Bull's got like a little short sword on him too.
You never know when you're
I
gonna
don't know
need to
why
play
he
it.
ever would.
With his dude,
Yeah, his fruit just does not match having a sword at all. whatsoever.
again, I was
Pika having like a normal sword.
Oh no, Pika didn't even have a normal sword. He had like a 2-story tall meat cleaver. Like what the shit?
Doing it with giant stone golem, and then you trying to use a short sword.
Oh. Could you imagine if instead of like crushing things, he made a giant stone sword that he swung around?
Ooh.
That actually would have been impressive. Let's put it in another level. What if one of the 5 elders is the head of sword? The bald head dude with a sword. Yep, yeah. That's it! The leader of sword. We're taking it all the way to the Gorosei. It's not like the Gorosei have that CP0 to control. We'll go that high up. Oh! Also... okay, maybe not. I was going to say, in this room where we do see the sword people, it almost looks like it was the hull. Like they're underwater of like a ship, because like you look at the metal supports on the roof.
Oda does like to hint like stuff like that on the background too. They've also got some fine alcohol on the side over there. I think that's a gin bottle.
I mean, is it not weird that this island also has giant balloons?
Maybe that's just for the kids. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Keep the kids happy. Although,
Kids like balloons.
I can't even tell. Are the kids actually even getting smaller?
Mocha looks about the same size, honest to God.
Like,
actually, not. Maybe she is smaller.
I can't tell the difference. Hang on. I gotta try and look at this for my own safety now.
They should have made the onion kid smaller.
Well, how long's it been? It's only been a month, hasn't it?
Yes.
Roughly
so, yeah.
Oh god, I've just found stuff I don't want to see. I've found a redrawing of like you know the RIP Ace scene.
Oh.
That, but it's ulti on page 1 going, sorry, I couldn't protect you. That makes me sad.
No.
I didn't need that on my Friday night. I'm not even gonna lie. Mocha looks bigger.
Oh god.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at a scene right now where Nami is like a little bit under Mocha's chin, standing side by side.
Oh. Oh, she's bigger than Tashigi.
And Mocha's on her knees here and is like at the same height as Tashigi.
Oda, what is your editors doing? First we got Kaido with the crab legs. Now we got Mocha growing twice as big.
Okay, I think that's just like a bad paneling in that scene. Nami comes up to like her waist crotch area. So I'm gonna say Mocha hasn't changed in height, or she's gotten a little bigger. Maybe.
Could Maka be the only one who becomes a giant?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if Vegapunk isn't trying to cure them? The only way to fix them is to double down.
Oh god.
It's alright. If any of them start to fail, that she can like upload their consciousness into a robot that is a giant. Yo, I'm. How did so much and like nothing happen this chapter? Again, like Oda packs so much into nothing happening.
I feel like nothing happened this chapter.
I
feel like
gotta say, honest to God, this chapter's maybe a 4 out of 10 for me. I don't know. I know I'm gonna get flack for that, but it just from leaving Wano, being told of the new next island that we were going to, like I felt kind of like cheated because it was who got the middle island? Eustace Kid, right? He's the one who's going to Elbaf.
But that map at this point in time, as far as we know, is wrong because this wasn't the island that was listed on that map. You know what I mean? So it's like all bets are off.
That's true. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We've been hinted at Elbaf just as much as we have with Dr. Vegapunk, and I don't know. It's just this. It just didn't have the same effect for me, honestly.
I think Vegapunk is.
I need some time to think about how to properly project why it's a 4 out of 10 for me, but I'll elaborate.
I think to me it was like the biggest thing in the chapter was this big reveal of like, oh my god, Vegapunk's a lady, not an old man like we all thought. But like, I'm pretty damn certain it's just going to be some clone bot thing, and then Vegapunk actually is some old man. And then this chapter, once that gets revealed, this chapter is just going to be like kind of pointless, to be honest.
I'm putting
like fundamentally, this is just like them arriving to the island chapter.
I'm putting we're out of here by 1080. Right?
So, is it gonna be roughly like Skypiea arc length?
No. 1080. So it's 1061 now. I reckon this is a Zoe, right? Two volumes. And I'm gonna put I'm gonna bite the bullet here now, right? And say it's gonna be a bit of an info dump of like the crew's separated. This part of the crew gets like captured but not captured by Vegapunk and brought into the lab. While Luffy, Bonnie, Jinbei, Chopper sneak in because Bonnie's got to have words. Bonnie's going to have some previous relationship with Vegapunk, right? Or a grudge because of the whole Kuma thing. The Straw Hats are going to have an altercation with at least one of the Seraphim. And then the information is going to get like broadcast over to this group here, right?
Okay.
Honestly, I know this is going to be really wild here. I could actually see it happening as the broadcast comes over, they go to leave, the kids kick up a fuss because it's the Straw Hats, so that they can't like leave properly to come give support to Vegapunk, to like stop the Straw Hats escaping. And I could see Helmeppo going rogue here to go ask the Straw Hats for help for Kobe.
Oh,
that's kind of where I'm. It's kind of where I'm like leaning here is that essentially like the after this, it's going to be why Luffy decides to take out Blackbeard. It's going to be they have Kobe. Okay, yeah, I'll go take out Blackbeard.
I could actually see it playing as a completely different way. Where we get Helmeppo enlists the help to go try and get Kobe, right? The Straw Hats take him, they start heading there, or even maybe he like doesn't go with them, but like he's like, can you go get him? He's at this island here, and I think something crazy is gonna happen. Like Blackbeard lets him go,
or maybe Caribou gets a barrel buddy in Helmeppo.
Hey, Straw Hat's bringing a Seraphim with him in Caribou.
Oh, Yeah, what if Caribou just had to just like snatch one real quick, brings it on board, and what if we do find out that maybe the Seraphim aren't, programmed to be lethally killing? Because maybe like when they're born and then
What
the
if they're
Seraphim just decide to chill with the Straw Hats and learns their ways.
What if they are just quite literally the warlords and the warlords' motivations, but they have to follow the orders of Marines because they're just programmed to? No different to Judge with the Vinsmoke children.
Oh, then the Moria clone is gonna be probably the most ambitious out of all of them.
Maybe. Okay. Let's.
The mind grind is real.
Okay. I was gonna say we're not gonna see the Mihawk Boa one because we're gonna see others. But they did just potentially bring, like, Helmeppo did just potentially bring the Boa Mihawk one right back here. Since he's, like, back at the base, like, next door. You know what I mean? And they had those two Seraphim, like, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. So, I was gonna say, maybe we don't see those two, and we get to see what some of the other warlords looked like as kids, as Seraphim. And again, going along with, like, different eye patterns for different, like, purposes with them. But with these guys being separated here, I could see Zoro maybe having an altercation with this Mihawk Seraphim in this arc. Just like a little tussle. And because the Straw Hats are going to have a conflict with them because they need to be aware that they exist and what they are. So that they can't get fooled by it in the future. You know what I mean? Like, if they run into, like, another warlord, and maybe they've got a relationship with said warlord, they need to know this information now so that they don't get duped.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, they end up seeing, like, maybe a crocodile clone or something.
Or Law.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely one. Yeah, Law and Kuma would be the two biggest, I guess, memory triggers for the crew then.
Whatever happens here, though, we may get the key to saving Kuma long term. Because Bonnie wanting to save Kuma, she's not aware about the fact that the whole Straw Hat crew actively believes they owe a debt to Kuma. Because of Frankie noting the fact that, like, Kuma protected the Sunny.
Too, though. Oh, sorry. What'd you say, bud?
Well, Sorry. Frankie knows that Kuma protected the Sunny, and that was the big thing when they went down to Fisherman Island, where Frankie was like, first of all, we have to address the fact that Kuma protected the ship. He wasn't an enemy. He protected us pre-time skip. He did this for us to survive as a crew. We don't know his motivations, but we owe him our crew's success. So they're going to feel indebted to it here, and if they can repay Kuma here by getting his memories, Sanji and Robin could be like, well, we have the potential to contact the revolutionaries to, like, give them Kuma's memories at some point.
I like that train of thought too, because it could also create tension with Jewelry Bonnie, because she'll be like, Kuma basically sacrificed himself for you strangers, and not for me. I don't know the whole story of Jewelry Bonnie and Kuma, but I assume that they were very close.
The hard thing there is as well, like, all pros time skip. I mean, first things first, but, like, Luffy gave Bonnie a nickname. So,
Bogey.
So to me, Bonnie's in the clear for being a villain, even though she's like, we're still enemies. You know what I mean? She's got that Traffy D treatment. Right? That Jaggy treatment. She's the bogey. She's the bogeyman. But we don't know her perception on the revolutionaries. We don't know if she knows that Kuma's a revolutionary.
I mean, she probably knows.
Unless she knew him before that. So, like, maybe he, as the tyrant, she knew him and she knew that that was bogus. And, like, he left to like save their country. Because remember, she's the Queen Dowager potentially.
Is Bonnie actually married to Kuma?
Maybe adoptive daughter.
Because then again, she does have a devil fruit that changes her age. So
I would argue.
and it seems pretty fine. Like, sorry, it seems like she doesn't really have a timetable on how long she has to hold a certain form. Like, she's able to go from old granny to young lady in just a cinch, and she's able to stay that way as long as she wants.
I would argue that her fruit consumes a heap of calories. And I could see a backstory where Bonnie was like an orphan in the Sorbet Kingdom. Kuma took her in, made her his daughter. At this point in time, he's being called the Tyrant because maybe like his country was going through a famine, right? Her, as someone that like needs to consume a lot of calories, Flash style, getting adopted by the king, he's able to like provide for her a lot of food, which sort of helps start her eating habit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then as the Tyrant, he's sort of like pushed off from his country, right? Becomes a warlord, again adding to like everyone's perception that he's a piece of crap, whereas she knows like, you know, like the Revs, like he's the kind-hearted Kuma that would like, you know, do anything to protect people, sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe she actually doesn't know that he's part of the Revs because she may be his backstory before the Revs as to why he became a Rev. Potentially here.
Yeah, there's just a lot of ifs and maybes and buts.
Because the problem is with Kuma, there's like 3 stages. There's like pre-Revs, his Revs / Warlord days, and then post-Ops. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like... I mean, we're at the perfect place for it. You know what I mean? For all we know... we saw Kuma use his Devil Fruit in Marineford, so that has to be the original one. And then the Revs freed Kuma. I don't know. I think this is going to be a huge info dump arc, like Zoe. You know what I mean? And it's going to be like short and sweet, heaps goofy, heaps of like, you know, this is relevant for the end of the series.
But I don't know how I feel about that, because if it does go down the route of being like a goofy like info dump, it kind of ruins a little bit of the tension that I had for Dr. Vegapunk.
Okay, let me put this into perspective then. Short, sweet, goofy as anything, super problematic backlash issues. Because she meets the Straw Hats, she sees the Rumble Balls and now knows that she can artificially awaken zones. So any Marine or world government official that has a zone, people like Rob Lucci, automatic awakening, right? Like I was saying before, with the whole Brooke with the soul and Nami with the whole Zeus thing, maybe she's able to go, ooh, I can take turning, you know, Devil Fruit weapons further. She could also find out the information here that her Dragon Fruit was not a failure. To replicate that again. Or something similar. I mean, we know she was able to make actual dragons from scratch by mixing different lineage. So what's to stop her creating her own mythical devil fruit based on something that doesn't exist?
Gosh. Again, this is all speculation from this chapter, though. That's the I guess that's just the main issue. To me, this chapter wasn't really all that great of a gate opener. Into the next arc.
To me, okay, the problem is with this chapter, right? The only thing it opened was where the chessboard sits and some of the players on the board. You know what I mean? Like, we're on an island immediately next to a navy base that has allies and enemies, right? And we're on an island where we're trying to, like, help Bonnie solve a mystery against Vegapunk while the crew's split up into, like, the new members with Luffy to give him a bit more time to, like, interact with them, but also, like, the easily gullible side of it with Luffy and Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like the rest of the Straw Hats here being like picked up by Vegapunk here could be like an easily written out of this arc for the most part, with it being a short arc. Like, I mean, we know that Vegapunk has dealt with like Caesar and poisonous gas, right? For all we know, like Vegapunk's just gonna gas them, no different to the beginning of Punk Hazard, and they're all just gonna pass out, and she's just gonna put them in a jail cell. And I know, like, it'd be a bit annoying to like just off-screen all these Straw Hats, but it's like if this is a short arc, it just could.
Yeah, then you can't really afford to have the panel time for them then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially,
Because if you're trying to give info dumps, it has to be info dumps to the right people.
yeah, and it has to, like, there has to be so like I feel like we're split up into two groups here. Group 1 is info dump. Group 2 is like random chaos. You know what I mean?
I think info dump is going to be Luffy, Jinbei, Jewelry Bonnie, and Chopper, because you not only have two people who have had quote unquote interactions with Dr. Vegapunk and Jewelry Bonnie and Jinbei, but you also have Chopper, who's also somewhat like scientifically, like he knows a lot about biology, which seems to be something that Vegapunk seems to be dabbling into a lot now.
Unironically, I think that the other group is the one that's going to cause chaos. I think they're going to be captured here. They're going to be knocked out. When they come to, it's going to be a fight between Frankie, Zoro, Sanji to break out of their cell. Like, literally like what we did in Punk Hazard, where they woke up from being gassed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll try and kick the door down. I can't kick the door down. I'll cut the door down. Oh, where's my swords? I don't have my swords. Frankie, well, I just happen to have a laser that can cut me out of here. And I mean, you've got Robin and Brooke seemingly together here as well, where they could play
Espionage team
with Caribou playing tech collector. So any tech that we see on the island that would be like, oh, Frankie and Usopp should use that, he may steal unintentionally.
Or maybe Usopp and Frankie are the ones who are giving it to Caribou to carry.
Could work. Although then again, like you know how I was talking about the speculation of like Vegapunk coming up with new ideas to implement because of interacting with the Straw Hats here. So it's like a double-edged sword. The Straw Hats find out about Seraphim and like they've got a good idea of what they need to do to survive, but she's also like, wow, they've got this ability. That gives me this idea. How scary would it be for Caribou here? In the sense that like, what if Vegapunk sees Caribou being able to store stuff and is like, can I make a pocket dimension?
Oh gosh. Or oh my gosh, what happens if Vegapunk finds out how Frankie powers himself with cola?
I mean, Frankie could swap out from cola here to something more efficient.
Diet cola?
Cola Max.
But yeah, I feel like this chapter is definitely a more kind of speculative chapter, if anything.
It definitely is like one of the early days of an arc setting up what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, though, like, with One Piece supposedly ending in, like, 140 to 200 chapters, I don't see us spending a whole lot of time on this here.
No, this is going to be short.
But that also leaves me, like, do we go from here to, like, another really short arc at Elbaf? So
that's just the thing, though, because with how Elbaf has been portrayed, I can't imagine that if we end up skimming over Elbaf, I'm gonna be so sad.
I honestly, I know this is gonna sound really bad. I don't even know if we get Elbaf outside of like Joy Boy flashback and like a montage at the end of the series.
Please say it ain't so. I need to know what that little like tiny Loki actually looks like, because he looked pretty relatively tiny.
True, but he was
like an actual giant.
But he was also only just born in the Big Mom flashback, so he's barely even 60.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So he's a little baby giant. Although he still should be pretty giant, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. If we don't get an Elbaf, I'm gonna be crying to myself to sleep, man.
What if it's an island which can move because this island's 500 years ahead? And a buggy clone. A buggy clone would be interesting. 500 years ahead, yeah.
Oh my gosh, could it be a Mortal Engines island where it just like is able to drive on the sea floor?
Ooh, do you know what actually could happen, which is a bit weird to think about? Egghead Island. We see a giant egg surrounded by really odd weather. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Could this also be in some form of reference to Nami's weather eggs?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Where this is like a climate control thing, because remember, Vegapunk was trying to work on climate control for their home island, where it was frozen over. They're trying to think of a way to like permanently heat the island.
Yeah, and it does have a tropical theme at the bottom.
But it was freezing on the way in, remember? There was snow.
Yeah. Which is kind of odd, because you wouldn't have tropical trees in that kind of climate.
Like, the whole thing where, like, last chapter we were like, oh, the climate's settled for, like, a snowy climate. This should be a snow island. Right? And then we actually see the island, and it is literally tropical.
Oh, actually, if you... I maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me, but on that image where the island is, if you look down... like right in the middle of it, between the just a little bit up above the cave, you'll see like a little like dome shaped structure.
Oh, yes.
Like it's got like little dots in it. It looks like a building.
Yes, it does.
So okay, so there's so I guess there's 3 sections of this island. So the egg,
Well,
whatever that little dome is, and then a cave.
there might be a city, a base underwater where that goes into, which is under the city or town, whatever you want to call it, and then the egg. But, okay, looking at this, I really do feel like this is a giant weather egg because, like, it was Baltigo, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or is that the Rev's base? That's the
Oh,
Rev's base.
Baltigo? Oh yeah, no. Baltigo is
What's the
Rev. Are you talking about a location with weather eggs or?
Vegapunk's home village?
Oh.
Frankie cover series. It's not on there.
Karakuri Island.
Is it Karakuri Island?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because it had 2 different names, though, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because there was Karakuri Island, where it was named in the cover series with NL.
Yeah, where Dr. Tsugumi built his own automaton.
And it's called Baltimore. I always get it confused, because of, like, it's Baltimore, which sounds like Baltimore, which sounds like Baltigo to me. I know that sounds so dumb. Yeah, okay, that island. So see how it's a snow island?
Mm-hmm.
That's, they wanted, like, Vegapunk was trying to heat the whole island, turning it tropical because they were freezing.
Yeah.
So I dare say they've succeeded with this here for that island, because it's the exact same weather pattern, but this island's now tropical. And you can even see where the robot is, it's still snowing. Like in the page under that island. Which makes sense, because it's like, one of the main things that they were introduced to try and do. You know what I mean? Although, then again, like I was saying, actually, she may be an enemy of Frankie because Frankie may like want to hang out with her because she's cool, but she may hate Frankie because,
He stole Vegapunk's work.
ooh, the infamous future country incident known as the World of the Nightmare of Baltimore, where Frankie blew up Vegapunk's lab.
Yeah. He also installed another legend by being a flaming tiger.
Yes, he did. But like, it's a known legend now that he like destroyed her home lab. So I wonder if like she holds a grudge against that.
Are we gonna get a Frankie Shogun versus an Army Rev 12?
I reckon we see for sure so many robotic animals on this island. Like an obnoxious amount of robotic animals.
I reckon within that forest there is just full of robot animals.
Yeah.
Almost like as like defenses. So like you basically have to go in through the little tunnel, actually get inside the science base, but then there's probably traps and stuff in the tunnel as well.
Yo, could you imagine if Vegapunk got their hands on Ruskiner and the Ruskiner animals? Being able to domesticate them.
Yeah.
That technology is dangerous in like a criminally negligently uncivilized world like One Piece. You know?
It'd be funny to see Luffy like walking through the base and all these like lasers keep shooting at him like at traps and stuff that he keeps walking into, but if he just future sights and dodges all of them.
Although, do you know what would end up happening for real, right? He'd sense the danger, future sight it, go to dodge, turn, see that it's an animal, get Star Eyes and be like, it's so cool, and get hit by it anyway. Like, he'd bluff himself into getting hurt.
Oh, man.
What do you think Bonnie wants with Vegapunk?
It has to do something with Kuma, right? It has to. Otherwise, like, because it was also Kuma who sent her down this way, right?
We don't know how she got here, but in all fairness, this seems like we're very close to the red line still. Like, we haven't really gone into the new world. And I know that sounds really dumb. We know this island is like on the parallel side, but like on the opposite side of the new world to Wano, right? So it's like, if Wano's right next to the Calm Belt, the other side of the Calm Belt's this island here, yeah? We have no grasp of how deep into the new world Wano is, but what we do know is the kids have been here for a significant amount of time. The kids left Punk Hazard the same day that the Straw Hats ended up in Dressrosa.
Oh, alright.
So it's like...
Go ahead.
So it's been like a month to 2 months, which is a lot of time. So it's like, again, not a great gauge of where, but it's like, we've got Grand Line Base 1 on the other side of the New World and Grand Line Base 5 on this side of the New World. You know what I mean? So, like,
you also have to think, too, like, the geography makes a drastic change as well, because since we're out of world government and Yonko territory, these are already established civilizations that the Straw Hats are encountering. So everything here is pretty much fair game, because it's basically, unless you're native to the actual island that you're on, you don't really have any knowledge about the outside world. It's kind of like a bunch of, I guess, microscopic Wanos in that sense, where they're still able to venture out and see other places, but they're a lot more secluded.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a really interesting arc, because just looking at the geography of this... Hang on. Because I know the naming scheme in the past for the Grand Line bases has been all over the place. Because Where is it? Marine bases. There we go. So we've got Grand Line G1 is now Marineford, but it was formerly like the Rocky Port, right? G2 is all the way back in Paradise next to Lelucia Kingdom.
Yes.
Right? So that's like right next to each other. G3, is that not Oh, we've never actually seen G3. It was shown in an anime filler.
G8 doesn't count either.
Yeah, G8 will be where G8 is, solely because of like I'm saying, the numbering scheme here doesn't work because you've got like one Grand Line base in the New World, and then the next one is like all the way on the other side of Paradise, and like it jumps back and forth. You know what I mean? So G14, we know that there's at least 14 Grand Line bases now, which is like interesting. I wonder.
And has been doing a lot of expansion.
Well, I don't know if this is an expansion here or if this has actually just always been here, but just not as like because the problem is with the Grand Line bases and that I don't think they've actually got the ability prior to now really to have gone into the New World and stolen territory.
Yeah, no way.
So I feel like this is pre-established from like 1,000 years of the world government being a thing. If that makes sense. Because you got G8. What the hell is GF?
Girlfriend.
Dun, 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 dun. It's a filler. It's the filler base next to Totland. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So, man, that's crazy. We know that there's 14, so far at least, Grand Line bases, and there's 153 branches, at least, around the world. There's a lot of marine bases, man.
Honest to God, I don't think Oda really thought that much about the G8 base, like the G bases.
Well,
like just in terms of like making him, like I'm not saying that he didn't think about like what they were and what they like their kind of detailed theme. I just don't think that he really paid attention to where he was putting them on the map.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, but because of that, it's like it's not as simple as it's like between here and the Grand Line, between here and the Red Line, there's exactly 7 bases. You know what I mean? Like 7 in New World, 7 in Paradise. It's like
it
all over the
better
shop.
that maybe if the Navy made it so that like every G base was like affected by a log pose, so that pirates would unfortunately also find their way there as well.
Ooh, if they snatched log poses.
Yep.
That would be cool. Although that would also be very annoying for like genuine travelers. If like every time they like latch onto a new island, it goes to a marine base.
I mean, maybe the marine base would also have like a separate port, everything that for like visitors who are passerby. And if you're a pirate ship, you get nuked.
I tell you what though, I love the design of this Vice Admiral Dole. It's good to get a female Vice Admiral outside of I mean, we've got Momoshagi, who's just Momoshagi, right? But like, this is the only the second female Vice Admiral.
I just hope that she doesn't get like if she is shown in a fight, I hope she doesn't just get batted away like typical Rear Admiral fashion, where they should be really OP, but they're just not portrayed as so.
I'm hoping she's like the New World version of Domino. Although she is tattered up, so I mean, who knows? And the fact that she's the vice admiral in charge of the island closest to Vegapunk, I want to say she's strong.
Me too.
But then again, you've got Sentomaru, who used to be like, I don't know if she's filling in for what Sentomaru used to do pre-time skip, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if she's just shoo-in, she was just given that rank because, like, I mean, we've been told as well, like, there's a lot of Marines that have ranks that they shouldn't have, but
well, that's a problem because so you know the epithet here, Navy HQ. So it's like Navy HQ, Captain Tashigi, right? Notice how everyone here has it except for her as a vice admiral. We've been told that the people with the HQ, with the HQ naming scheme, are 3 ranks stronger than what their rank is compared to the rest of the world. So
does that mean that Hibari's also top tier?
See, the problem is with that though. It's like when they say compared to the rest of the world, I think that's like if you compare them to people with the same ranks in like the East Blue. If that makes sense. So it's like Captain Tashigi, Navy HQ, well, she's stronger than Morgan, even though they've got the same rank. Because she's got Haki, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's actually decked out with proper things like shave, slight observation Haki. Actually, I don't know.
Probably like she's a Jonin, but she's also Sakura.
No, don't do her like that, expert Breggy.
I think what...
Yeah. Tashigi's a way better character than Sakura, please.
What?
I will genuinely fight for that.
What I'm hearing from Eggs is that he wants to be hit by Tashigi.
100%.
I mean, hey, by all means, you can take Kuina 2.0. She's yours. She's yours for the keeping. I mean, she may spend the entire time like whispering under her breath, "Smoker son," but whatever floats your boat. But
you also have to think, how bad is Tashigi's lungs with all this secondhand smoke that she's getting?
Honestly, not as bad as it could have been with Sanji leering over her.
Yeah, that's fair. But you also gotta take quantity over quality, I guess, because Sanji probably will lean over her and do it. But I often see Smoker with like smoking like 2 at once, and at every single point, he's always got a cigar. Sanji at least has some breathing time.
Potentially dumb question. With the kids here, on this page where we see the kids.
Yep.
Over to the far right, is that one wearing a Barto shirt?
Yo, wait, is that actually is that the Barto shirts that he was selling to those townspeople?
I mean, they are fans of Luffy.
Is that a hint for the Bartolomeo cannibal?
It's not the same, but it's a little similar. I don't know. Supernova is a Robin man. Eggs is a Reiju man. Exposing us. Ooh. I mean...
I'm so a Reiju man.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, right? Okay. At some point in time, we're gonna have to do a best gals stream for One Piece. And it's probably gonna be more heated than the top 50. Like, I'm not gonna front, right? I'm not normally one to fawn over, like, manga and anime people, right? But when it comes to the One Piece girls, I'm, like, very distinct in, like, this person is definitively better looking. You know what I mean? Like, the people out there that are, like, Nami stans, I'm like, yeah, no, that's good for you, right? I mean, you're wrong, because Robin all day, every day. But whatever you need to sleep at night.
Curl up with your body pillow and be happy.
Oh, I don't think I can be happy. The pillow's not enough.
I'd love to argue just for was advocate Nami versus Robin.
Oh, 100% Robin.
I'll just be as like cheesy as I can and just see how hard I can get you to fight for Robin.
Oh, it's simple. No, it's simple, right? Right?
Eggs for Brekkie, I am totally willing to go down with you on this whole man.
Nah,
Let's like
nah,
set up
nah.
a whole like list of debates as to why Nami would win.
Do you know why Robin wins? She just puts her hands together, right? Says her magic flower words, and just spawns a titty and bitch slaps Nami. And then it's game over. The biggest insult you can do. Alright, the biggest insult you can do.
I'll say Robin's got that advantage. Less limbs.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, in a fair sense, yeah, Nami has to do some prep to get her tempos going, and if Robin just goes like how she subdues most of the crew members, like in a jovial way, she just sprout all her hands and just tickle Nami till she freaking passes out.
Dude. Nami goes to make like a weather attack, and then Robin spawns an arm under her arm that just pushes her off slightly so she misses.
Not only that, she redirects the lightning towards herself.
Yo, actually, just pulling this back, I love Frankie's design this chapter. Got his hair back. He's looking... Yo, Frankie looking like he's about to lead this arc.
You know how like every single chapter we've been like, oh, this is
This design?
They were like, oh, this is Sanji's arc in Whole Cake.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
it's like, oh, this, and then for a minute we were like, this is Brooks' arc, and then we get to one, it's like, oh, this is Zora's arc, and now it's gonna be like, yeah, this is Frankie's arc, and then he just does nothing.
We're all
Give Frankie something.
We're all gonna be expecting Frankie to get some like crazy moment, and all that's gonna happen is Zora's gonna have to get rid of Enma because he's gonna cut a devil fruit and his sword's gonna turn into something. And it's just gonna be annoying. He'll have like a sword that turns into like a fish that can't swim. Like his sword just starts suffocating, and so like it's flapping around sort of thing. Getting flashbacks to when Usopp was Zoro's sword during the Kaku Jabra fight.
Can you imagine if Zora's sword eats the human fruit, then it just turns really sassy on him?
Have you... Okay, I gotta ask this, Kuma. Chat too, and anyone that's watching. Have you guys heard all the theories going around about Chopper's fruit at the moment? So...
No, I haven't.
Chopper can speak to animals, yeah?
Yes.
And Chopper can speak human, or English, yeah? Why can no other zone do that?
Oh gosh.
Okay, why can no other human model zone do that? Because we know that Kimimaru ate a mythical human zone, but he can only speak as a fox when he's a fox. He can't speak human in fox form. And when he's in human form, he speaks like a human and he can't speak fox. And he's also a Hito no Mi model eater.
Oh.
Is that a plot hole? Or is that meaning Chopper's going to have some, like, it's not a normal human fruit?
Is Chopper finally gonna become Chad and get a bounty that's actually above 100,000?
I mean, Chopper was saying for the longest that Blackbeard was going to want his devil fruit. Maybe Chopper's human fruit has something to do with, like, the voice of all things.
Oh man, could you imagine like when we go to find out Blackbeard's like main target for devil fruits, like he's got Boa Hancock's up there, but it's only the second fruit that he wants. Above it is Chopper's.
It would be funny, wouldn't it?
That'd be insane.
Like, dude, that callback to Chopper being like, oh my god, he's definitely going to want my super powerful fruit. Everyone's like, your fruit? No. 10 years in the making, it's been foreshadowing that Chopper's actually got a decent fruit. No, but that, like...
I mean, to be fair, yeah. For playing long game, like, everybody thought that Luffy's fruit was just a paramecia. Little do we know now, after, like, a whole decade's worth of storytelling, that it's a Zoan.
But it is odd, right, that Chopper can talk to animals?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, right? He can talk to any type of animal that's not a fish. He can't talk to fish.
Because fish are from the ocean.
Because fish are friends, not food.
Nemo reference.
I don't know. It's weird. I also like how Luffy's referencing Gear 5 here. How he's got his freedom mode now. And he's arcing up. But, like, the fact that the newspapers were making a huge deal about it, that has to have the Gorosei reeling, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, the one thing they want covered up, it's just, like, so common knowledge now.
You've got to think, too, like, who took the picture?
Oh, it was that one CP0 dude that was, Geppoing away after his boss went down with the ship.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm pretty sure. Guernica, I think his name was.
Dang.
Dude, I need the name of Bowl Hat CP member, because I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I really like him because of just, like... He's... Okay. Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
I've started reading it, yes.
Started reading it? Are you, like, how far into it are you?
Second chapter.
Okay. I've only just finished watching the first season, and, like, I did my, like, I did it for videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a dude that gets introduced, and, like, the trope is the same in, like, other series, where it's just, like, the desk jockey kind of guy that just works the 9 to 5.
Yep.
And I don't know what the hell... What was I talking about before that? Sorry, I just got mad mind blank, man. I'm running on no sleep here.
You're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen?
No, just before I brought up Jujutsu Kaisen.
The bowl hat.
Oh, yes, sorry. I don't know how I forgot what I was talking about then. Yeah, so, like, he's the definition of the dude that's just, like... It's just a 9 to 5. And he's got, like, the shittiest boss. He's only in it to get, like, paid and get the overtime. He gets that order to, like, pretty much go interfere with Kaido. And he knows it's certain death, and he's just like... I'm not going to get paid if I don't do this. Goes up there, just, like... You know it's bad where, like, they do the, observation haki, like, hat tilt to each other between floors. Where it's just, like, dude knows he's on his way out. Like, I felt so bad for him, because I was like, dude, I would have quit on the spot. Screw the Celestial Dragons. I would have been doing that Who's Who lifestyle. I would have picked a group and I would have chilled with them. That would have been me for life.
Yeah, go find a new career. Maybe start up a nice little tea shop.
I mean, not many people would know your face, right? You could literally, your disguise would be not wearing a disguise. It'd be just as good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly at least wanted to see what his actual face looked like before he left.
I wanted to just know whether or not that was the dude that was talking to Doflamingo pre-time skip or not. Because he's the only dude that we've seen really with the bowler hat. You know what I mean? And it means that, like, Oda at least came up with him pre-time skip in that regard.
Maybe he was the same person, yeah.
It'd be interesting, though. Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think we get roughly 20 chapters here. Do you think we get this actually parallel with another story? So we break the normal One Piece formula. Instead of it being like we start a new arc and then after the arc we get another info dump. It could be one of those it could be an arc where it's like, here's like 3 chapters of what's happening on this island, but also we're going to cut to 3 chapters of what's happening around the world. Because I'm not going to lie, even though this chapter was like a lot slower than the other chapters, since we've like entered the final saga, we've been hitting the ground running. You know what I mean?
Ground rule running? Wait.
We've been hitting the ground running. Like, stuff's just been constantly moving, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been like
We've had
major
traction everywhere.
Yeah, like, just looking at it, what are the chapters? So was it chapter 1054 was the beginning of the final saga, right? So it starts off with the Flame Emperor stuff. Then
Mhm.
we've got New Age, Cross Guild, Final. Okay, Final. Okay, sorry. I'll say this. Final Curtain. Let's just call Final Curtain as the end of Wano. So we've had 5 chapters in the final saga, right? New Emperor, Captain Kobe's incident, Luffy's dream, and then this chapter. You know what I mean? And like even going back before that, right? Kaido went down in chapter oh god. Like by chapter 150 Kaido was out. You know what I mean? So we've already had like 11 chapters without the Yonko anymore. So it's like we've had like 2 volumes. Oh no, one whole volume now of like just crazy shit happening. From like Green Bull showing up to sodding off to Shanks showing up, sodding off to Blackbeard invading the Kujas, the Cross Guild formation. Like we've just the momentum has been non-stop to the point where it's like the chapter where potentially Vegapunk's been introduced is the most boring chapter of the last 10 weeks. You know what I mean? So like I don't know if we're like to keep that same momentum. I know we've got to keep this story going, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start cutting around to other stuff, which might be why like you know how like basic television's got like an A plot and a C and a B plot?
Yeah.
They may do that where it's like the main arc is the Vegapunk stuff, but like while we're in between Vegapunk stuff to like help time pass, we cut over to like what's happening with the Marines, organizing something from Kobe, and then even maybe find out Kobe and Blackbeard stuff. Because at some point soon, we've got to find out who the Blackbeard pirates are, who the 10th Titanic captain is, and all that stuff, right? And if the 3 islands that we're closest, like if the 3 islands that are closest to each other are Vegapunk's island, G14 naval base, and Beehive Island, surely that means we're gonna have like a little bit of like a trifecta between the 3.
If actually, since the crew is separated, maybe we'll get 2 separate stories now.
It could. I mean, the fact that we're a Yonko crew and we're strong enough to hold our own, there's no reason why they can't. You know what I mean? Like everyone's semi-strong enough to like make it matter. And like,
what happens if Frankie and his group have to escape and they use coup de vent, or coup de burst, sorry, and they actually end up at the G14 naval base.
ooh, and you've got Zoro and Sanji going up. Oh, like think about that. Sanji going up against a vice admiral that's a woman and Tashigi.
Yeah, but Sanji's gonna lose then because he can't hurt women.
No, but that's the point, right? Where it's like Zoro's there, and Zoro's like emotionally getting tied up with Tashigi, but realistically should be fighting the Vice Admiral. Sanji's there against the Vice Admiral. Now that he's got the healing factor and can't be hurt, he's getting beat the shit out of, but it doesn't matter. But he can't do anything to defend himself.
That's fair.
So like, that could work though if we split it up like that. You know what I mean? And then, the only problem is the crew's only just gotten back together. Like, it's
true, but this is also a different shuffle though. You don't usually have the Luffy, Nami, and Usopp antics.
True. Although Luffy's not with them, to be fair, but. I wonder how they're gonna split. Like, I wonder if the Luffy group has split already. I wonder if this second group is gonna split as well. You know what I mean?
We're gonna end up getting like a tried like
3 groups.
Yeah, 3 groups. Ooh, that'd be a lot. But that would be pretty hard to. Like, if you were saying earlier that this was only going to be like 20 chapters or so, having 3 group in different plot lines, that's a lot you have to flesh out.
Yes, but it also would be an easy way, like, if the plot lines were going to be a little bit lacking anyway, Oda could just jump between the most interesting points of all three. So we've got Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and Bonnie here, right? Then say you get like a Frankie Nami Sanji split, right? And then maybe you get like a Chopper, Robin, Brook, and Caribou split.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had to lump Caribou with somebody.
Well, because that could be the thing, and like, unironically, at this point going forward, Caribou's going to be seen with the Navy here, right? Like the Navy are going to see him here with the Straw Hats, so he's going to start getting lumped in with the Straw Hats.
That'd be the most jank way to add him to the Straw Hat crew. I'd love it.
Like, just like forced betrayal, you know what I mean? Because you also got to think, Jinbei delivered Caribou to G5, and then Caribou got like his shit rocked by Yarasugi, who then Koribu showed up, and then they all tried to jump Yarasugi together. So it's like there's a connection between Jinbei and Caribou there. That's kind like maybe not known. You know what I mean? That'd be interesting. I don't know. At this point in time, I should probably write the stream out because it's just like it's way too early to speculate that much, and there was not a lot that went on this chapter. But the problem is, by having Vegapunk here and all the like moving pieces that are potentially here, like I mean, shit. You know how I was saying like, what if Vegapunk gets ideas and starts like developing abilities? What if Vegapunk can somehow like replicate Bonnie's ability to make people youthful or age people up? Use that on the Seraphim.
Multiplying devil fruits is just way too OP considering some of the devil fruits that are out there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine multiple freaking quake fruits?
Oh. Okay. What would be the worst devil fruit to have multiples of in the world?
The Ope no Mi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snot fruit.
Oh.
Trebles one.
Oh, you just triggered me.
Fruit.
Oh.
Every crew has like a designated snot man. No one really wants to be one, but you're at a disadvantage if you don't have one, because then other people have strong units.
Yeah, but
so you just like,
you
all right, you can join my crew, but you have to be the snot guy.
do you know what the most disgusting thing about him is? It's not a Logia. It's a Paramecia. Yeah. He doesn't wear clothes. He just covers himself in booger. Like just like rewind on that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Dofi, you've got so much drip. You got people on your crew that have so much drip, and you let yourself.
And you literally got this guy who's dripping.
Oh, you let yourself be seen in public with the like, dude. You can't tell me that Treble don't eat his own boogers. Dude gets curious and licks himself. Right? He's that kind of weird looking dude. Oh. You've just traumatized me. Not many things will take me over the edge. Just Treble is a no though. Treble is a no. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything for this. Although what the hell, like, with Bonnie's crew, I was just processing in my own mind then. Bonnie came here alone, so is her crew just, like, dead from pre-time skip? Caught by Akainu and Blackbeard?
That'd be kind of sad, but it would make sense as to why she's just all on her own going to the Reverie.
Because all post-time skip, we've seen her alone. And, like, Jinbei's like, okay, what happened to your ship and crew? And she's just like, oh, I came here to learn. It's like, dude, last time we saw her crew, they were being handed over to Akainu. And considering her entire storyline seems to be like, oh, I've got, like, poor Kuma, he's been treated like crap. I'll avenge you, Kuma. I'll make things right. If they got captured and then they're dead, like, poor dudes. Followed her for no reason. Literally got thrown aside.
Yeah.
Especially when, potentially, she has, like, some of the most interesting backstory. Like, she stole ships off Big Mom. Like, we know she actively robbed Big Mom. And that's, like, not even the interesting part of her backstory. And she did that pre-time skip. She'll be an interesting character. She'll be a very interesting character for the next arc. Alright. Well, it's 9 o'clock here. Should we wrap up, guys?
It's about 4 a.m. for me, so yeah.
Good luck. Is it at least a weekend for you?
No, I actually worked this morning.
Ooh, good luck. Good luck.
Don't worry, bro. I got 2 shots of Starbucks on me.
Yeah, that's all you need. That is all you need.
One for every eye socket. I'm gonna be bug-eyed after a couple of days.
It's not to drink, it's to soak your eyes in. The caffeine helps.
100%.
Next week's a break. Maybe I'll do a video.
What that means?
What does that mean?
Best Girl Wars. We gonna do it? Get your draft ready eggs for brekkie.
Top 30 One Piece girls?
Oh.
Is that what we're doing?
Context as
30?
to why.
I wouldn't be able to think of 30. I'd have to use the wiki.
You can't. Oh, dude. I could go top 50 One Piece girls. You can't think of 30?
From
I could go
name?
for
No
top
way.
You just don't have any love for Smooth Thick, do ya? Bug-eyed Perona?
No.
I don't know if I could think of. I could probably just get to 30.
Alright, in no particular order, these people are probably going to make it on my list. Oh, wait. Okay, we're doing looks, right? We're not going for a strength thing?
No, it's not. It's just it's just your personal preference.
Good, because I'm not being manhandled into having Katarina Devon onto my list. I know she can shapeshift, but that just ain't right.
No, because you know what's underneath it, so you always know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, look, to be fair, 2/3 of the women are going to look almost identical because Oda sort of has the same sort of, like, base face palette. But
They've all pretty much got the same body structure. That's the problem.
Off the top of my head.
Actually, well, you got Lola and Chiffon.
What was that?
The personality, right though, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jokes on you, Glittercorn. I'm single.
Alright, hang on. In no... Okay. This is in no particular order. I'm just, like, listing off people off the top of my head. See how I can get numbers-wise, alright? Robin, Reiju, Nami, Bonnie... I mean, definitely... What's her name here? Doll. Doll's making it on the list. I don't give a shit.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Putting Dr. Koiha.
she's a spry 140. She's a hey, you are what you are. She's ranking up the note like, hey man, look. I'm just saying, if you close your eyes, she ain't that bad.
Her voice is like one of like Marge's sisters from The Simpsons.
I've been smoking for maybe 60 plus years.
Oh. Yeah, No, there's a lot. There's a lot of girls. There's a lot of girls. Ulti makes it in there. Black Maria. I already said Smoothie. Daniel's writing down these people. He's like, he's listing off girls I didn't even know existed in One Piece. I gotta start this list now.
Smoothie? I thought that was a guy.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Hey, don't forget, there's also
Oh, Monet.
Come on, brain. Think.
Monet. She underrated. She the librarian type, right? I mean, if you shave a few inches off her head, Viola ain't too bad, right? But you gotta bring the hairline down. She needs to stop putting her hair up in a ponytail. That receding hairline is terrifying.
What about that lady with sheep's head?
Ooh, Jin Rummy?
Jin Rummy?
Yo, she crouching tiger, hidden snack. Okay, no, I can see that. I remembered her name. All right, I remembered her name.
Yeah.
Baby 5 with the steampunk vibe. Koala's got that girl next door sort of vibe. No one's allowed to put Shirahoshi on the list. It's illegal.
Why?
Underage.
Does that mean that Shiarli's also off the block?
Ooh, Shaki. I don't care if she's 60. Don't care. She gets it before Correa. Surely.
Every time I see Shaki, I just think of Cowboy Bebop somehow. I've never even watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It just seems like that kind of character design just feels Cowboy Bebop to me, even though I've only seen clips of it.
If you put Khalifa on the list, she'll beat the shit out of you for sexual harassment. Gotta look this up now.
Oh, whoops, we've completely forgotten about Moa.
Oh, dude! How? That's like the main one!
Oh god, we talked about her a lot in chapter 1060 and we didn't even mention her. Sorry, Glitter Core.
Yo, yeah, okay. Yo, there, yeah. Do you know?
That's pretty bad, guys.
I'll take that L. Like, honestly, that is a genuine L. Okay, how many? What? Holy shit, there are a lot of women in One Piece.
That horse, that
Speed
stallion or whatever, Speed? Does she count?
Does it make it on a certain registry?
I don't know. She's technically a woman.
She was human first, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
just imagine
look.
her without the horse half.
That's the best half.
We haven't said that many of the princesses, right? We haven't said Vivi.
No?
Oh my god, we didn't mention Vivi either.
Kaya.
Kaya, yeah.
Yeah, no, I reckon this list is gonna be harder than you think. There's gonna be people that you're gonna sleep on, like Raki, right? People 100% will sleep on Raki.
I mean, to me, I'm literally just trying to think of anything like character in the series.
I mean,
wait.
it's weird to say out loud. Sandersonia?
Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
What
about
the Green Hand Bowed
Makino?
sisters?
Oh, okay.
Makino? Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
Makino. Gerd, if you like your giant women, right? Momosagi. Sorry,
Who's Momoshagi?
the Vice Admiral, based on the famous Japanese actress.
Yeah, sure, totally.
I mean, I'm sorry to start.
Yamato too.
Does Yamato does Yamato count?
You're so bad.
Oh, you guys got Yamato.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't list Yamato.
I didn't think of Yamato. I freaking thought of Makino before I did of Yamato.
I mean, Alvida?
Oh, yeah,
Alvida's up there for sure.
100%. Oh, Bello Betty from the Revolutionary.
Ooh, okay. That French vibe. Okay. Honestly, she's got a bit of a nose on her. Porsche ain't the worst looking person in the world, right? If you're into your wacky races.
Porsche.
Yeah, the chick that's like the right hand crewmate of Foxy.
Oh, yeah, the one with the long nose.
Yeah, she had a bit of a beak on her, but she was nice. She was funny.
Oh.
She was nice.
Yeah.
she's
She had a
nice.
beak on her, but she made me laugh. The most douchebag guy ever.
I mean, look, we're rating drawings on their appeal. All right, I can be ruthless here. Oh, how are we forgetting the Baroque's work women?
Oh, Miss Doublefinger.
Yeah,
Miss Doublefinger, Miss Valentine. Miss Golden Week is underage. Hell no.
does Miss Monday make it to the list? It's gonna be interesting where people cut off other people here. Toki or Hiyori. Hiyori's 28 now. It's not illegal. I know we saw her grow up, but age is age.
There's also all the Charlotte girls
Mm.
from the Big Mom Pirates,
Who else?
like Charlotte Custard.
Ooh. How am I forgetting her name? The one with the butter that looks like the other version of Gin Rummy.
Oh, she started with a. She also started with a G.
Galette.
Galette. There we go. I went for the French pronunciation.
Charlotte Amunde. I mean, like, she has a bit of a neck on her, but she wasn't the worst looking person either. Oh, poor Brulee.
I know for a fact
Oh,
you
in
haven't
Baroque's
left
works too,
Yamato
weren't
out.
there a bunch of
Sorry, what was that?
girls?
You haven't left
dating as well?
Yamato off that list, have you?
Yeah, I've left Yamato off so far.
Oh, my lord.
I'm getting razzed by the missus now.
Lord have mercy.
Apparently, she's got a better taste in women than me. I'll tell you what. If any of you have Flampe on the list, I'm immediately blacklisting you. Just out of principle. Screw her. She can
I
burn.
just lost my Yonko title really fast.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize she was your number one. God, there's a lot. Just looking at the list right now, there are a lot of One Piece women. And like the worst thing is, it's like only 1 in 10 characters seem to be female in One Piece. It's like really heavily
weird.
stacked.
But maybe because they don't leave as much of an impact as they should.
It actually upsets me sometimes. Who the hell is Gina? Oh, okay, another member of the another. Oh, she was the shipwright from the Foxy crew. True. I've got a big list up right now. I'm like seeing people that I swear I've never seen before.
Oh, wait. CP9 member?
Stussy? Domino and Sadie. Domino and Sadie. I mean, the Impel Down girls have definitely got to make it on the list. Sure.
Oh, what about Suru
Oh yeah, true.
from the Navy?
Suru back in her...
Prime? When in that one scene from Film Z?
in that one panel. Oh, I'm like Captain America holding out a pocket watch. It's like that one time.
I somehow remember that, but Boa Hancock and Yamato didn't pop into my mind first.
Oh, I know, it's bad, isn't it? Hang on.
The black-haired mermaid that nearly off Sanji with the freckles, Hina. Oh,
Wait, is her name Hina? Oh no, Hina.
I didn't even know that she had a name.
No. I think those are two separate messages. Like Hina, as in the marine Hina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But no, that other girl's named. I know that
Yeah,
mermaid is named.
I thought black-haired mermaid Shiarli was the only one to come to mind.
The one with the freckles that gave Sanji the nosebleed mermaid outline that ended up kicking him out of the arc. I know she's named on here. I know it. I can sense it.
Oh, Miss Valentine too?
Yeah, she's she's female.
She's a character.
She's female and of legal age. Okay, well, there's one of the mermaids, Karen. Ah, Ishali. Oh, dude. Wait. I swear. Where are the Amazon Lily girls? Amazon Lily had an array of female characters. How the hell did this stream die? Like, how did this derail into this? That was like a 20-minute tangent. God help the weebs.
Oh, God help me.
I'm not gonna lie though, Doll's gonna come in, like she's gonna be fighting up the ladder on this list.
Doll's coming in hot.
Sorry Kobe, I don't like your taste. Hibari, I don't think you make the cut.
Oh, Portka's rude.
Yeah. Do we count dead people?
Then Robin's mom should be on the list
Yeah.
as well.
That Nico family line going in strong. I mean, shit. At 28, are you telling me if Big Mum stood in front of you, you weren't taking a go? Maybe not at 48 or 68, but 28 Big Mum?
I mean, I don't think I'd survive, but...
You don't need to survive, it is what it is.
Oh god, if we're really going back with the old people, what about that old hag who advised Orochi?
Oh, that is terrifying to think about. Oh, okay. This list I was looking at was only half the alphabet. Alright. Oh. Everybody wants to have a go at Shinobu, don't they? Sanji's mum, Sora? Whitey Bay. Whitey Bay is a beauty.
I can't believe I forgot about her.
Yeah, okay, surely we're gonna be able... Okay. Oh, okay, top 30 might be a bit too much. Top 20? That way there's enough variety. You'll be able to sorely judge other people's picks on that.
Alright, looks like we're going to war next week, boys. As long as Eggs for Brekkie helps me win the Nami versus Robin debate, we're cool.
The question is, realistically, are you guys really Team Robin? Are you not Team Robin?
I don't know.
Hey, Hero. Hello, buddy.
I think you're gonna have to fight for it, Jade.
Ooh, alright. Say hello, Hero. This is Hero. Hero. Hello, Hero. Alright. You go back into the wild. I don't know why you're out here. Alrighty. We should wrap up the stream, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Next week, then, apparently we're going to do top 20 females in... Ooh. Okay. Short list. Let's do a double list, yeah? Your pick for the top... your pick for the top 20 attractive One Piece characters, and then a separate list for your top 20 strongest.
Ooh, okay. Well, the top 5 easily come to mind, but after that, it's a whole messy pool.
Ooh, I reckon either way, there's going to be some beautiful conflict, and that'll be worthy.
Okay.
That'll be worthy of a discussion, I reckon. Gotta give the One Piece girls some love from time to time. All right, Oda doesn't seem to do it a lot. Ooh, there you go. All right, time to wrap up the stream there, right? Guys, any last words you want to say?
Like the stream.
Like the stream, yeah, always like the stream. Subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Otherwise, my poor cat will feel sad. He's headbutting my mouse right now, which is really annoying.
Can't wait to hear my voice in the recording later.
Oh, mate, it is. When I first started doing videos, that was the worst part of it.
Corpus de Rouge, everybody?
Oh no, we heard your message about Rouge.
Okay, good. The MILF. Right, cool.
All right. Peace. Nothing but love. Nothing but respect. We'll wrap the stream up there. All right. Say goodbye, guys.
Peace,
Bye,
boys.
guys.
Alrighty.